Hello and welcome everybody as we move into a minor adjustment on our cams, but you can introduce yourselves, my players. It's been so long since, well, I mean, I guess the world has really seen you, so how are you guys doing? How's everybody feeling?
Pretty good.
Surviving.
I'm
an egg.
Yeah.
I'm an egg.
Perfect. Okay, can't be too mad at that. I will. I mean, I have to welcome at this point, Squid. Squid, you are coming on board as a first-time player for me, and brand new to. I guess I want to say brand new to D&D, but
yeah,
it sounds like
basically
this is gonna be your first foray into traditional TTRPG improv. So I'm excited to kind of have you on board for this.
I've never conversated, only murdered, so.
Oh, you'll fit in perfectly. No issues there.
I think murder is a form of speech, so.
Oh,
wait.
okay.
Not IRL. No. In game.
In-game,
It's a joke. God.
That can't go wrong. And we are also guested today with Cain as Egg. Hi, Egg. Yep.
I'm here.
Oh, I love that. Thank you for that.
It's happening.
Perfect. All right, guys. You will not have all of your luck rerolls today. We are starting with 2. We are at 25 subs. We're 25 away from all of them. Not necessarily sure that all of them are going to be needed, but it's important for us to touch on what happened last time we played. But while I can give you all of that information, I think it's imperative to note what you guys are currently undergoing right now, as it stands. You were promised last time 10 minutes. You'll have 10 minutes. But for now, you are prisoners. You're taken into custody by House Therani. And for a brief moment, the cold embrace of its blackened stone walls offers a strange kind of peace. One that you haven't really known in days. Completely unlike normal turn of events where you've been fighting wyverns on airships, striking precarious deals with warforged captains and assassins. Narrowly avoiding explosions not once, not twice, but 3 times, where you've also had to watch your comrades spiral deeper into madness or navigate the constant chaos that follows Scout's honor like a curse. There's a certain cohesion that you've all built. Countless moments where cutting your losses and walking away would have been easier to deal with. And yet, you remain. Not just bound by duty, not just by your oaths, but by something greater. You've been fast friends, and the most unlikely of family in so many ways, but everyone has a breaking point, and rest has been a long time coming. And guess what? Here, you don't have to glance over your shoulder, waiting for every shadow to creep in upon you. Except for the fact that you're locked inside of a stronghold brimming with the very assassins that spawn legends, but that doesn't really matter. There is, after all, only one way in and one way out. And time? Well, time is never quite yours to keep anyway. That in and of itself is part of the game. But let's not lose sight of what's happening. You're provided with food, clean water, hell, even a nightly cup of wine, should you be bold enough to drink it. Your immediate needs are met, just enough to keep you alive. But my friends, this is no lush, lavish tavern. It is no place of comfort. Day 1. At first, it really almost feels comfortable. The air is still, the walls unmoving. There are no sudden battles. There are no desperate negotiations, no explosions looming over your shoulder. The meal placed at your bedside is warm. The water refreshingly cool. Hell, the linens on the bed are clean. They're smooth beneath your fingertips. And you've certainly slept in worse places. Had far worse meals. And yet, something lingers beneath the surface. A cup of wine at the end of the day is a touch more delicate than what you're used to. Perhaps a kindness, or is it a test? You are not shackled. No blades are pressed to your throats, but you are still here, held in the hands of those who never act without purpose. The question I want to know right now, Anju and Sera, what do you do? What do you do as you glance around? In the room, it's a 10 by 10. Blackened stone floors, 4 walls, no windows. Clean linen, warm food, fresh, cool water. But you have been deliberately separated.
Oh no.
So we're each in our own 10 by 10 room?
Yes.
Oh.
Are we able to like see where the other is? Like is it like, if I yell down the hall, can I hear Anju?
I'd like some perception checks.
Well, it's funny you should ask because I can't find my character sheet.
Yeah, same.
Perfect. Then I can assign you your characters.
D&D Beyond seems to not have an account for me anymore also.
That
Roll 20?
happens, but we're in roll 20, and you know that because you're already in here.
Yeah, no, I did that, but I thought that for some reason I thought I was also using D&D Beyond for my character sheet. But that could just be me getting mixed up.
I think it might be.
Because we're playing Pathfinder.
Yep. Sera, you have a
All
character
the same
sheet.
to me.
Yes, I do. Great.
Like I was able to add Anju into the game, but
Yep. Anju, you have a character sheet.
yeah, yeah, just pss, 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 down the hall.
And Kane has a character sheet.
Just
Yay.
labeled egg.
All right.
Egg.
What do you say? Sera, do you whisper out at first?
Mm-hmm.
What do you say?
Anju? Anju, can you hear me?
Anju, perception, please.
Oh yeah. Okay.
You hear nothing.
Damn.
Sera, there is no response back.
Sigh. A deep sigh. And yeah, I'm gonna. Sera will just take some time to process in this little confinement.
Sera, it's no more than an hour before there is a knock at the door, and it cracks, and there are 2 handmaidens seem to walk in. Their faces are covered tightly. Think like morph suits, but they're black and deliberately disguising a lot of their features. They come in with what looks to be a small bowl. Porcelain, you can hear water sort of sloshing inside, and another carries clean linen, along with a bit of unguents, salves. And they offer to treat your wounds, your hand.
Yes. I will definitely take that offer up, as I'm doing a little rough still.
It's not that you necessarily wanted to neglect it, but the last few hours have been wild. You still have adrenaline coursing through you. Fingers are shaky, and you are concerned for those that are uninformed. She has a wound across her left hand. She's missing her pinky, ring, middle finger, and the top digit of her index finger. It was blown off in an explosion from wielding a sword against some sort of instrument, a device that she desperately wanted to cleave through. She succeeded, but at a cost. You look down, Sera, and it just hasn't quite registered the severity of this. You know now that you will never be able to wield a sword the same way that you had before. For the last 50, 60 years, you've known combat, trials by the blade. Now you'll have to relearn everything. They very carefully and gently treat the wound. It stings as they cleanse whatever impurities may be there. And they tell you to be careful. Try not to act out too physically so. Rest the hand, and we will be back tomorrow to treat it further.
Sera will just wait. She's not going to do anything at this time.
Anju.
Yeah.
A man arrives at your door. There is a perceptible knock, asking if it is fine for him to enter.
Sure.
This feels more like a lodging, like a tavern experience, but not at the same time. You were informed that you were prisoners.
But it feels a little, it's a little cushy, you'd say? Compared
Definitely.
to maybe what I would expect from being imprisoned. Okay.
Especially being imprisoned in a known house
Yeah.
of assassins.
Yeah, I thought they were just gonna kill us, honestly. So.
He brings in warm food. It's fresh bread. There are cut and dried meats. He even has a carafe of hot coffee.
I mean, Anju's eyes are gonna light up and his pupils are gonna dilate to bigger than his forehead, and he's probably gonna go straight for the coffee, I think. It's really just... You hand me a character moment like that on a silver platter, literally, I gotta take it.
Anju, he watches you take the carafe of coffee and he provides you a cup. And he just says, as anticipated. And then he waits.
Who have you been talking to? So he's just standing there, just watching me drink coffee?
Anju, do you find yourself often in the stronghold of assassins accepting willingly their drinks?
I mean, I did. Let's let's say that maybe I didn't drink it yet. I grabbed it out of pure habit, and then I think after a moment of reconsidering and realizing the situation, I'm gonna become suspicious of poison.
Sure.
But I don't know if I have like a good way to figure that out. Can I just smell it? I smell the coffee suspiciously while glaring at the man.
It is a pungent black brew. Strong. Very strong. They did not skimp on the quality of the bean. Do you have much proficiency and knowledge of poisons?
I don't know, honestly. It doesn't seem like something that would be outside of his wheelhouse.
Sure.
But he's also, like, not the most murdery catfolk in the world. So I would say probably not. But I am suspicious. Is there any sort of, like, can I sense motive? Can I ask who this person is? Or, like, why? Really, it's just suspicious that they're being so nice to us.
I know that it's been a while, Ben. So, as is the nature of these games, everything is on the table, my friend. We're in the world of imagination, so ask away.
I'll just ask, like, what? Yeah, what? You could have killed us. Like, why are you keeping me alive, let alone feeding me and bringing me coffee? Why are we getting what appears to be special? I would assume this is special treatment.
Your guests in House Therani.
Guests?
Yes.
Could have done with some windows if we were...
It would not make for a remarkable, impenetrable enclave if there were windows.
Yeah, but I mean, the vibe is a little off, but I understand.
Of course.
I guess I assumed we would be... You know what? Of course we are. Of course we're guests. Then am I free to go?
I am afraid not. Your friend, the woman, the one that you arrived with, she's still being treated. She has severe wounds, from my understanding.
Yeah. No, absolutely. Is she okay? What do you mean? How's the treatment going?
It's not an area
Can
of
I see
expertise
her?
for myself. I'm remiss to express that you will not be able to see her for some time. Please.
See, that word guest that you used feels a little bit of a misnomer. If you're placing limits on my freedom.
You are...
That's okay, I suppose.
You are not shackled. You may walk as you please, but there are others here who are not guests. And if they were to find themselves free while you wander the halls, it might... Well, it may not end well for either parties. If you will, please entertain us for a short while. I will make sure that your needs are met and that your allies are fine.
Well, it doesn't feel like... I'll oblige. I mean, it doesn't feel like I have a choice. So.
Thank you for understanding.
But you said that Sera is stabilizing and they're treating her wounds?
They are treating her wounds, yes. She has taken something rather debilitating. I'm afraid that her combat savvy has fallen a great deal.
There was an item, like a big egg.
Yes.
Just, what's up with that?
It is being safeguarded. We have other agents of Therani that seem to be attempting to understand and study whatever it may be. We were not expecting it to be pulsating.
Yeah, it does that.
Very well. I will inform the others that...
When can I be reunited with the rest of my friends? Friend and egg.
Your aide and attendee. When Binder returns, they will see to your case privately.
Binder?
Binder, yes.
Bub, is that a name? Do I know that?
It seems to be some sort of honorific or title. It may be a name,
Okay.
but you're not certain. You've never heard of this person.
Who's the Binder? Who's Binder? I'm asking.
Binder
Who are you?
is for all intents and purposes, will be facilitating your stay for the next few days. I wish I could explain more, but it would only confuse the situation. It would make it more difficult. Just trust that your allies
kind of
are
the
not
way
at
it's
harm's sake.
Okay. So is that going to be my point of contact going forward? Is there an email? I have notes. Sorry.
I'm sorry that we
didn't
understand not of this email you bring up.
All right. Yeah. Okay. I suppose. What's your name?
I am nameless. In the halls, I've earned no proper honorific.
I mean, surely you had a name.
There is no response. Just a tight, very tight-lipped smile.
Okay. Well, it's nice to meet you. I'm probably starving, right? Like,
There's a good chance, yeah. You're probably quite hungry, yes. When he sees to you enjoying the coffee, or the water that he's also brought, he will bow, curtly so, quickly, and leave.
Yeah, just leave the food by the door. I'll eat it later.
They leave it nearest to your bed. There is not quite an end table, but something equivalent of like a nightstand.
Anju leans over and suspiciously sniffs the food. I hiff the food.
It smells quite nice. The warmth of the bread resonates in your nasal passage.
Do you like bread?
Our camera turns. Marion,
Yeah. Hi.
your days have been rather interesting. If you would please, give us a description of what Marion looks like.
Okay. So she's about 5'9", very pale. Coincidence. Please don't read into that at all. Very slim build. But like also like very pale. Like, you know, like she looks like a wall, you know. And then she's wearing like a purple and black kind of like studded, somewhere between like an armor type of a style top and like a corset kind of a thing.
Sure.
You know?
Not necessarily something for entertainment purposes, it's more for convenience.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Would you say that you are fair-skinned? Is it like alabaster or is it like moonlight?
Translucent?
Like, I don't know. Like, I feel like she could be used as a reflector in a photo shoot.
Gotcha.
If that helps.
Sure. What about hair color? Eye color?
I wrote this down and I'm forgetting. I'm so sorry.
It's okay.
So her eyes are kind of like a gray, and then hair is gonna be like kind of a bright white.
Oh, okay. So she rather ghostly is almost in appearance.
Yeah, she is alive though. Heart does beat.
Fantastic. I love the heart beating part. That's key. That's key. Perfect. So we have nearly reflective skin.
Yeah.
We have gray eyes, white hair, and almost like an upper corset, but it's of convenience, not really for decor.
Yeah.
We see Marion over the span of a few days. She seems to be meandering through Middle Sharn. There's something that's taken her. It's a bit of a wanderlust. And normally, for all intents and purposes, we would say that that's not her natural character. She finds herself in a predicament because she met someone that stirred a font of creativity in her, that created a yearning for movement. Do you remember the name of the place that you've been working at for the last probably year or so?
No, I forgot.
I got you. Easy peasy. You've been operating as an attending clerk for a store known as the Shining Tome. It's a facility where you were met by a woman in red. Her skin is not nearly as translucent as yours. Her skin is naturally very olive in nature. Beautiful, smooth, rich red eyes. Curled auburn hair. Okay. And her first to serve is a man very portly by design, shaped roughly like Winnie the Pooh. He has a stomach that bulges. His mustache seems to twirl, auspiciously so, very inviting-like. And you were hired to operate this storefront. It's your job. And she asked of you to not let her down. She would know. And you believed that. You believe that with every part of your core. You're not quite sure why. There is something to be said about the predator to prey instinct, and when she said that, you felt it. Uncannily so. It didn't feel like encouragement. It felt like a promised threat. So you didn't take her for granted. You did exactly as you were told, and you earned the income that the tome deigned and desired based upon its clientele. But over the last few months, a figure had been coming in. A man, probably, you would have to guess, a teenager. But he doesn't really look to be much in the way of a teenager. Not for a city-bound boy. His ears were pointed, at least slightly so. Not quite like the elves of Upper City, but definitely at least half-elf. With long blonde hair. He dressed suspiciously so, less than inviting, but when he spoke, it was in such a way that it belayed any fervor, any concern that you might have. It's naturally very charismatic, but somehow, in modern terms, kind of douchey. He introduced himself as Ivan. He said he was moving from building to building. He had something that he was trying to peddle. You can't quite remember what it was, but it was a promise. It was a promise of a panacea. His goal was to try to find a location to sell this miracle fluid. He said, if you drank this, it would absolve you of any issues, any concern, and you had to feign less of an interest. It wasn't your decision, your point to make in regards to the facilities, to the shop. That was the shop owner, and she hasn't been around in, well, too long. You said no. You declined the advances of putting in this miracle fluid, whatever it may be.
Okay.
And he came back.
Call it that.
He came back again in a week. And another week passed. And another week passed. And still he was there. Once a week he would come back in, and every time he was laying it on more and more. He thought, and even said, I'll get you to crack. You'll be interested in this by the end of it. And then he disappeared. He just disappeared. After the promise of getting you to crack, he was gone.
Okay.
And a part of you were bothered by that. Not because he gave up, not because there was this promise of getting you to crack, but there was a certain charisma, and you were rather bored, all things considered.
Yeah.
So your natural curiosity got the best of you. You started asking around, and you found out that he was tied relatively closely to a group known as Scouts Honor. And you had heard some things. Scouts Honor. Marion, do you know any of the rumors that people were spouting about Scouts Honor? Could you express what they were?
Yeah, there's a lot of rumors about Scouts Honor. Some of the ones that I heard the most about were about the university killings. Some saying that they did it purposefully and they're like vengeful murderers. Some people think that they're investigating the rumor or what happened there. But either way, there's like some sergeant who wants to talk to them. Not sure if that's a good thing or a bad thing. I've heard that Ivan is a bit of a train wreck, kind of causing havoc everywhere that he goes. And I've heard things about being, there's a lot of good rumors and a lot of bad rumors. But one good one that I've heard a lot is that they're offering refuge to Warforged who have been wronged, which is something I like.
So you've been asking around now. It's been likely a month. And it's not something that you go out and it's like derelict pursuit, right? Like you were not diving in and accosting every person that you come across. You are basically hitting dive spots, taverns, bars, inns, any place that people might hang out that may have information about this one Ivan Freely and the group known as Scouts Honor. But after a month of asking, nobody has seen hide nor hair of Ivan or Scouts Honor, which you find very interesting. How could they disappear? Just off the face of Sharn, off the face of Eberron.
I don't know.
That's what everybody wants to know. Where could they have
Skillfully
been?
and with talent.
They seem a little infamous to do that right now, just disappear completely.
Brilliant wizard at the head of the group leading them.
Yeah.
Marion, you
Brilliant
persist.
egg.
You persist as you push
Why
on.
didn't we get to write the rumors?
You can blame that on chat, actually. Chat, the longtime viewers wrote your rumors.
Oh, that's so cute. I actually love that.
Yeah.
Wait, that's so cute.
Yeah, they did
I
that.
hope I did them justice. You told me put them in my own words, so I
It was
did my
kinda- it was-
best.
It was cool to hear it from your character's perspective by way of chat recapping you. I'm sure that only good things. I'm sure.
There's more. I've got like 8 scrolls worth.
There's a lot.
Wow.
There's
Chat
a
was
lot.
like, yeah. Let me tell you what these assholes have been up to.
They were ready.
There's a lot. So, our camera is going to turn again as we return back to House Therani. We move in to day 2. The warmth of yesterday's meal lingers on your stomach. And today, once again, you find yourself provided with freshly prepared food. The water cool and clear, flows easily from the jug placed by your bed. You're starting to wonder if this is the way that a prisoner should be treated. This kind of kindness feels like it's lulling you into a false sense of safety. The bed is soft enough that it almost feels like a reprieve from the chaos outside of the walls, though you know better than to let your guard down. Yet as your day passes, things begin to feel subtly more wrong. The silence is heavier than it was before, and the air, despite being so clean, seems to carry a slight and untraceable weight. The wine, too, just a little sweeter. Or perhaps you've just simply grown accustomed to its delicate taste, even after a single glass. You can't help but wonder, is it always this good? Or has it just started to feel like a treat after the monotony of your last few days? You're no longer sure. There's no sound of footsteps outside of your door today, just the faint hum of eerie noise, now a little more pronounced. It drifts through the cracks in the walls, louder than before, but never quite enough to grab your attention fully. Your thoughts begin to feel distant. Even as you try to focus on anything else, food is sustaining, but it's not quite filling. Just enough to make you need something a little more, but not enough to make you truly sated. Can I get perception checks again from both of you?
Yeah.
Oof.
Oh,
Ooh.
That's as
damn.
nasty as they get from old Anju.
Yeah. Opposite ends of the spectrum there. Nice.
Yeah.
Anju, there is something bizarre. There is this sound, okay? The sound it's barely perceptible, this kind of constant hum that sort of lingers at the edge of your awareness. And you thought you heard it last night, but you're not quite certain.
It's constant hum?
Yeah, it's this faint or droning tone, almost like the sound of a distant insect, or the buzz of something that's just sort of out of reach.
Like an air conditioning unit right outside my damn window.
Kind of.
Or something, just as an example. It's
You
just
will-
funny, I actually hear one of those all the time in real life, so this is very immersive.
You will note that it seems to pulse at some sort of slow rhythm that never quite settles into silence. And while it
Does
doesn't...
it sound like a machine?
No, not quite. And while it doesn't really demand your attention, it's enough to not let you forget about it.
This
Anju,
is like 24, this is like all day.
yeah, but it gets louder at what you would guess is night. But you can't tell what night is anymore. Not with no windows.
Yeah.
It starts to slowly eat at your focus, fraying your thoughts, making it harder to think clearly or to sleep soundly and deeply. The more you try to ignore it, the more it lingers.
Sarah
Sera,
asked like the date and time of the guy bringing me my food.
that's the thing. Your food and drink arrives, but it was there before you awoke.
Oh, okay.
Sera. Much of the same to you, except you can't quite define what that sound is. It just kind of weaves in and out, really. You also can't quite place your thumb on this, but the room wasn't like this last night. It wasn't like this, that the end table was at the head of the bed, but now it's at the foot of the bed. The candle on the wall was more centered, but now it's closer to the coin, where the wall meets the other.
That's strange. Something is going on. And I think Sera knows, she doesn't know that much about this place, but she wouldn't be surprised if there was something they were doing. Some sort of mental tricks, perhaps to test us or keep an eye on us or any of those things.
Sera, I'd like to know, have you been eating or drinking anything that has been brought to you?
It's a good question. I think, honestly, yes, because Sera is quite weary, tired, and at this point, like, she doesn't think that they're gonna kill us. So she's just like, maybe a little too trusting, and is like, yeah, eat and drink.
Do we
Anju.
know how many days it's been? Like out of
You've
game,
only had
how
one
many
sleep.
meals?
You've only had one sleep.
Okay.
So
there was the first meal and then the second one.
Yep.
I feel like Anju wouldn't have eaten it yet.
Okay.
I think it would have piled up. I think he'd have 2 plates by now.
Sure. You would notice that there is.
Survive on only coffee for a while.
There's only one plate. But
So
you
they took
know
the first
that it's
one.
different. It's different food. You're certain of that.
Yeah, I think. I don't know. Just something feels off about it. You know, like the fact that that they didn't just slit our throats is insane to Anju. I think. And
Anju,
yeah, he's been drinking the coffee, but he has not yet eaten the food because he's suspicious of it.
I would like 2 things from you, Anju. I would like a fortitude save, and I would like a will save.
Something tells me it doesn't matter that I left the food and drank the coffee. Okay, fortitude, you said?
Yes, sir.
Fortitude save. Cool. 17?
Okay.
Also, chat was saying that they couldn't see dice or couldn't see numbers or something.
I can see it now.
And then what else was I rolling?
A will save.
Yeah, these are never ominous. 19, let's go. You shit your pants.
Hey, that's a you call homie. Okay, if that's what Anju does.
That's just because of the coffee. Actually,
Anju's like, I
That's
swear I'm not
nothing
poisoned. I
about
just I've been blocked up for a couple of days and the coffee's working magic.
No litter box.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a cleanse. It's a cleanse.
As you're drinking the coffee, Anju, you can't help but feel as if the food might have been poisoned, dosed with something. It does smell somewhat familiar. Something that you've sensed in the past. You can't quite place your thumb upon it. But it is, after all, it's an assassin's facility. Surely they would poison you. That only makes sense as you sluice down yet another cup of coffee.
Or like, give us something to make us docile, or try
Sure.
to get us to talk, like a truth serum or something. You know.
Oh, yeah.
Anju, as these thoughts begin to pervade your mind, you glance to the wall, and you notice again the candle. This time it's moved closer to the northernmost wall. And before you can even have much of a thought of it, the door creaks open, and a figure stands, one that you've not seen before. An elven man, very lithe in build, not an ounce of fat on his body. He moves with suspicious grace, and you see that he is brandishing a blade.
Oh boy.
Anju will like stand up and back up.
Boy.
As he steps into the room, he looks side to side before looking to the wall where the candle is. And he whisks the blade around so that it's facing up. And he steps to it and very carefully draws a line with the blade in the wall several inches deep. And then marking it across. And when he turns back around, he's featureless. You see no eyes. You see no nose. It's just placid.
It's just like literally just skin skull.
It's like a mask. The eerie part about this is that you hear a voice behind you. It says, just wait. And when you glance back,
is there anything behind me?
And the door shuts.
So I turn around and there's no one behind me and the door shuts by itself.
Yes.
Fuck no, dude. Absolutely not. Who are you?
They're not there anymore.
They're just gone? So I turned around and then I turned back around and they were gone. Is
And-
the marking that they made still there?
Fucked.
It is, yes.
Can I go investigate that?
Of course you can.
Okay, I would like to, I don't know, just see what I can see, because it's a little fucky in here.
Yeah. When you move up to the wall, it's dark, but you're catfolk. You can see just fine. You instinctively, however, look to the light to try to pull it to give you more definition on the wall. And you swear that the candle that was there was almost burnt out, and this is a fresh candle.
Wait, what do you mean?
The candle that they were using was almost burned down completely, and this is fresh.
Like, presumably, I don't have an explanation for how it got replaced, is what you're saying.
Correct.
I don't want to play anymore.
That's my favorite reaction.
I'm scared. Well, Anju's gonna be nearly shitting himself a little bit on this. There's no, and it's, what's the marking on there? Just like a cross?
When you begin to thoroughly investigate the mark on the wall itself, it appears as if they had deliberately cut some sort of 90-degree cross onto the wall that has a bit more of a faint outline into a series of arcane marks across the wall itself.
Can I like run? I'll like run my toes over it, the fingers of my
Sure.
my paw.
Yeah.
Just to feel
As you trace
the
it out,
topography of it.
you feel some sort of faint. It's almost like a push. You know how you kind of like trace your hand over someone's skin and you kind of hit like a vein, and the thumb or the fingertip sort of like bumps over the vein?
I can only imagine.
You can see the cut into the wall, but you feel it as if it's some sort of force that's pressing back on your fingertips.
Ew, the wall has force feedback.
Yeah.
It's like the little fake button on my iPhone SE. Sorry. I really can't be serious for more than 10 seconds at a time. Yeah, I'll pull my hand away because that's freaky. So the wall pushed back with equal force that I was pushing,
Yes.
kind of thing. Can I like push my finger harder into it?
As you press past the force that's like kind of blowing back onto your hand, you can feel the dark stone.
So nothing additional.
No. Bold of you to tamper with magic.
I mean, said bub. All right. Yeah, so definitely gonna feel like unsettled by that. So are there bars? Can I see out into the hallway or anything?
You can't.
Can I open the door? Yeah, I'm gonna try to get out.
Anju, there's no handle on the door.
Okay, so can I get my little paws under it?
You can like kind of get your claws under it. It's not, you've got maybe like an inch gap, right? Like nothing very large, just enough to show that there is light coming from the opposite side.
So I can't open it. I'm trapped in here.
This is the first moment you felt like a prisoner.
Yeah, and I'm like hallucinating or something magical is going on. I'm gonna bang on the fucking door. I'm just gonna pound on it. I'm gonna pound on it, and I think maybe I'd shout out for Sera just to see if she could even hear me.
Sure.
Have her roll a perception.
Sure. Yeah, my man's like, I'm the GM now. Make her roll a perception.
I mean, eventually I would.
Sure,
like,
sure.
Like it's. I'm not trying to meta.
I got you.
Just-
Yeah. As you begin to bang on the wall, trying to draw the attention of anyone, you call out Sera. Sera, there is a rapping at the door. Ma'am, we've come to change your wrappings today.
Oh, yes. Thank you.
They open the door, and it's the two handmaidens again. In similar suits, you can't quite make out any of their distinguishable features whatsoever. You believe that they're women by the way that they've presented their voices. Soft. There is no gravelly undertone to anything that they say. Sera, did you eat and drink?
Yeah, I did. I did today as well.
Can you give me a fortitude save?
Yes.
Very good.
Sick.
When they come in, they both stop for a moment before tending to your wounds, and both of them turn almost mechanically. It's very rigid to look at the end table near your bed to see that you've consumed your food, that your carafe of water is empty. The heads sort of turn to face each other in a nod, and then they begin to tend to your wounds slowly, very delicately, gingerly removing the wraps from your hands, replacing the salve and unguent, making sure that everything is fine. One of them expresses, it looks as if the swelling has come down, and it's not bearing any heat. I don't think it's infected.
Well, that's good. But I still am missing parts of it, so you know.
I'm afraid that the battlefield will not be seeing you anytime soon.
Yes. It's unfortunate. But you're right, I'm glad that it's not anything worse. Infection.
Would you like for us to bring your wine early this evening?
That face.
I suppose.
Do you have any other needs that must be met?
Is there any way that I can, speak with my fellow comrades who have also been
Smash cut to Anju.
I assume are also in similar holdings that I am in.
No.
I have not been able to speak with them.
My dear, I'm afraid not. We are not allowed to even encourage fraternization. But in due time, when Binder has reappeared, he'll see to your case.
Binder?
Oh yes, Binder. He is... Well, he's great at many things. You'll come to know him well.
Okay. Do we know when he will be returning?
I'm assuming soon. We were... And they pause for a moment, kind of glancing at each other, giving some sort of silent language. I'm sure you've seen when people glance at each other and the eyebrows furrow in ways that they have that full conversation with each other, but they have to see gestures in order to do so. But they pause. There's a pregnant pause in this moment, and you can tell that there is some sort of conversation happening between the two, but there is no movement of lips. You see no gestures of brows or flenching of eyes, not even a flare of nostril. Before the other one speaks up. I'm afraid that we've said too much, ma'am.
All right. Well, I suppose we'll wait for this binder then. Thank you for addressing the wound and at least providing some hospitable accommodations.
This
course.
Binder is feeling like more of a trapper keeper at this point.
Honestly, bannable.
Sorry.
Bannable offense.
That was a good one. You can fuck right off.
Nobody even knows what a trapper keeper is anymore. Okay.
True.
Nah,
True.
this chat is old. This chat's
Oh,
old.
man.
Chat, sign off if you're fucking old.
Oh, man. Don't do it.
Plus
Don't do
twos.
Reveal yourself.
Cain Carpenter. Cain, my
Yes.
friend.
Oh. Oh.
You are in a different sort of situation. Your day-to-day looks bizarre. Even by most standards, it looks bizarre. You begin having these bizarre flashes from places, from times that you cannot quite understand.
Okay.
You can see a sky that is lightless, but you're certain that you're peering from the surface of Eberron's crust. There's a flash of light, and you can see the whip-tailing of 3 beasts, so vast in enormity. They're so far away, Cain, as they fight. They thresh and begin to tear at each other's flesh. The scales begin to rend from their backs and bodies. And you just quite get the understanding of the enormity of the situation, because as the scales begin to slowly fall, as the blood that pours from their body begins to hit the surface of Eberron's crust, the scales themselves are vast in size. Think not like the size of people, but the size of rooftops, of castle full crenellations, single scales. These are dragons, but not by the traditional coined term. When they say that something is colossal by nature, they don't mean like this. These dragons are so vast that they make the sky look small. You couldn't even begin to depict them in scale. Planet-sized beasts and beings. Massive. But then it flashes. One of these dragons dies, and their body seems to slowly drift away into the night sky. And as the blood and scales seem to kind of furrow out beyond and paint the rest of the horizon, you start to see it change and shape into the nights, the traditional night lights that you've come to accept as the stars, as the moons that encircle all of Eberron. And now 2 dragons fight. One of which is clearly getting the best of the other before inevitably they tire. And the larger of the 2 encircles his body around him. And as they crash over the surface of Eberron, they meld with the entire body of the planet itself. And they are no more. But as the blood continues to pepper the surface of Eberron itself, it hardens over time. What feels like moments quickly becomes days, into years, millennia. And that blood forms a shard, a crystalline structure. It hardens. And you've come to recognize these. They're not too unfamiliar to you. They're dragon shards. In the current era and age, they've managed to repurpose them as fonts of power, allowing people to use magic, but in a way that sort of affords them technology, consistence. But as you glance around you, you can see through this almost opaque flesh that encircles your body, and you realize that you are inside something. It is a bubble. It is a space that feels like an embryo. You are encircled by a balloon. And when your fingers reach out to touch them, you see that hand that you've come to know, where each of the digits represent a different color of dragon, but it's so dark in here, you can't tell the difference between those colors. And when you reach out with your other hand, you see that they are all of the same as well. that your fingers match across both. You have 2 dragon's hands. And as you begin to look at your forearms, it's not just the hand, Cain. It's your arms, and as you glance down at your chests, running these elongated draconic nails across your body, you can hear the plinking of scales that runs down the length of your chest. And when you turn in panic, something whips behind you, and you think it's a delay in your leg when you realize that you have a tail. In panic, you almost reach up to touch your face, but your face is no longer the shape of a human's. It is draconic in nature. You have rows of razor-sharp teeth and a billowed bird head where your snout is tucked to match that of a lizard's. Elongated slits for eyes, and your senses have never been sharper. You not only feel the beat of the heart in your chest, you can hear the ventricles palpitate as blood flows through you. You have never felt more alive, but trapped in your life. And as you glance out now, it's not that you see the night sky. You do not see Eberron's crust or the tree line or the dragon shards. No, instead you see these darkened walls. You see men walking around with what you believe is clipboards, and they're taking notes. Some of them seem to touch the outer parts of the balloon of your body. Some of them draw blades to try to break through, and they fail. Some of the blades even breaking. Whatever you were in, they don't understand. Whatever you are is more than just a simple conundrum. Our camera's gonna turn. Marion.
Yo.
Hey.
Sorry.
Oh, shit, man.
No,
Marion.
you fit right in.
You've all but given up at this point. If they're supposed to be around, they would be here. If this mattered enough, maybe it's just time that you move along. Maybe it's time that the Wanderlust has gotten the best of you, and Sharn is just not it anymore. When someone touches you on the shoulder, you're at a local tavern. One ran by a woman by the name of Miriam Pinebridge.
Okay.
She serves the best tea this side of Sharn, and at that rate, everyone can afford it. She's very matronly and motherly at the same time, a halfling woman who will quickly refer to you as an idiot before she refers to you as a bother. There's a tap at your shoulder. Do you turn? Do you swing out? Like, what does this look like if some stranger taps you on the shoulder and in a bar?
I think it's like a subtle flinch, like kind of just like a and like looking back to see who was there. Nothing like jarring and like wild, but like just a little like what the heck.
Sure. When you turn, a hand sort of pulls up, almost in surrender, and he says, "My apologies. I am not here to rouse suspicion. I was hoping for a moment of your time."
Go ahead, you have it.
He pulls the chair up nearest you out so that he sits down, and there is... how to describe him? You know what? I'll let Sera describe him.
Oh.
Sera, could you describe Hal?
Oh. Yes.
We're so back.
We're so back. So you would see a handsome elf with dark hair. It's like dark black hair that is long past his shoulders, but usually like tied back. And He is usually dressed in some sort of assassin gear, perhaps a cloak, and he has dark brownish eyes, and carries several daggers on his side.
Okay, cool.
He sits down. He introduces himself as, you can call me Hal. I have heard that you are seeking an audience with a group of ne'er-do-wells that call themselves Scouts Honor.
Where'd you hear that?
Well, we're in a tavern, and you've been asking questions over the last short while. These things make their way back.
Okay, what about it?
Are you seeking someone specifically, or just the entertainment of the entire group?
I mean, little bit of column A, little bit of column B. Interested to learn about the so infamous people I've heard so much about.
Infamous they are, yes. What if I said I could help you?
How can you do that?
I will assist in getting to them, but it's going to be a bit tricky. I can assist you in seeing to the entire group, but you will have to deliver a message for me.
And what would that message be?
He slides a small tube over to you. He says it's a simple missive. I would ask that you not read this, but there will be a man here in the next several hours. He will sit precisely in that chair, and he points over to a darkened corner. You'll know him when you see him. His eyes, when they catch the light, you will see that they sort of glow with a golden radiance. You can't mistake him, I assure you. When he arrives, hand him this missive, and don't miss your opportunity. He does not stay long. This is all I can tell you for now. Marion, can I please get a sense motive? It'll be on your... Go ahead.
I was literally about to ask if I could vibe check. Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, we should change the name of it to Vibe Check, honestly.
You said sense?
Sense motive. Yeah, it's on the right-hand side in your skills. It's in alphabetical order.
Is it the census thing that says senses?
Let's see here. I want to make sure that I pull up your character sheet.
Like below weapons and attacks, there's
No.
speed and then-
On the right-hand
Okay,
side,
skills.
there's a column that says, it's a black bar that says skills.
Oh, yeah.
So go down those skill names in alphabetical order, and you should see sense motive.
Yeah, see it, found it.
Just click the word sense.
They do it?
Yeah, you did.
Okay, slay.
Marion, you can't help but immediately pick up on some hesitation in his voice. There is a certain kind of anxiety. Mm-hmm. He is not being beautifully worded. He is trying to very quickly give you the information that you need. And you can see that he's not, while it's not jittery as much, he's not trying to linger.
Can I ask so if I were to say, give this message in a bottle, I don't know the word you used, that was a big word for me, message in a bottle to this ember-eyed person, how are you going to help me get to them?
Let's just say that they are currently in my house, and I cannot see to their immediate removal unless someone of great import requires their services. And the golden-eyed gentleman will be very quick with discerning these details and assure that they are needed, that their services will be required, expediently so.
Can you repeat that one more time? My boyfriend just handed me migraine drugs, and I missed out on part of that. I am so sorry.
He basically
My braless
says,
wife brought me a drink.
yeah, he basically says that they're in his house, that these people that you're after are in his house, and they can't be gone soon enough, but they can't leave unless someone of serious importance requires their assistance, and this is the perfect person for the job.
So if I don't do this, they don't get to leave?
Yes, it's that simple. I know it sounds bizarre, crazy even, but you'll have to entertain that much.
Why don't you just give it to him?
I am required in my house. I do not have the time to linger here, or I would. I would much rather be here, I assure you. Miriam makes a fine tea, and even better coffee.
She does. Oh, I'll have to try the coffee sometime. Okay. I'll do it. Why not? What if I got to lose, you know? Might help free some people, so sure. Consider it done.
When you say, what do I have to lose? You've never seen a tighter grin.
Oh no. Okay. I don't love that. Cool.
Well, I will leave you be. Enjoy the rest of your evening, the coffee, the tea, whatever you may have. I wish you well.
Okay. I don't know if he does. But okay.
And to your surprise, he says, good evening, Marion, and he leaves. You never introduced yourself.
No, I didn't. Oh, I don't like that. I don't like that at all. Am I allowed to run after him and be like, how do you know my name? How do you know who I am?
Of course you can. I mean, you can try.
He said the thing.
As he turns to leave, you kind of catch that moment. I'm gonna guess, right? I'm gonna guess that you don't panic leap up like a bulldog when he says your name. I'm gonna guess it's that moment of registry, right? You're like, holy shit, he said my name.
Yeah.
I never introduced myself. You turn to get up and say wait for a moment to chase him out, and as he passes through the door, you're quick to get behind him. And the streets of Sharn are empty. He just disappears.
Cool. We have a magician on our hands. Epic. Okay. That's awkward. I guess I gotta go back inside and do what I promised to do. Have to free some strangers I know only rumors about.
It couldn't go any better than that, right? Surely.
Surely.
Yeah. Our camera turns yet again as we return back to the location known as House Therani. Day 3. The pattern feels so familiar now that it almost lulls both of you into some sort of complacency. The food is placed before you, the water, cold and refreshing, always the same. The wine, it seems to be growing more and more complex with each sip. It continues to tease at all of your senses. Anju, the coffee, has never been warmer, has never been more bright and drawing your attention. You've grown accustomed to the rhythm now. Eat, sleep, drink, wait. The room, as pristine as ever, seems to offer some strange kind of comfort. Even the quiet hum of an unseen source continues to press into your thoughts. Will saves, both of you.
Uh-huh. Normally this is to stop us from throwing up, or not. Let's go 22.
They look good. But today, a new layer of tension settles in. The silence outside of your door is oppressive, almost suffocating. The hum, too, there, but today it feels almost like a presence, more insistent, more demanding. It's almost as if the very air is thick with something unspoken, something you can't quite place your hands upon, you can't grasp. The hunger had been lurking under your ribs for days. It's become more intense now. The hunger isn't just for food. It feels like it's creeping into your mind as well. It's gnawing, it's begging for something, and it's becoming harder and harder to ignore. You can't help but feel as if the hours are dragging on longer. Like time is stretching thin itself. You have no idea the concept of time. Is it day? Is it night? Have I been sleeping full lengths? Even when you close your eyes, the sleep never fully arrives. It's just a state of half dreams filled with soft whispers of noise. Perhaps a faint voice that's calling your name? Is it real? Is that hum in the walls? Is it in my room? You begin to question yourself, and you can't remember in the last few days if it's even been real or just some sort of fever dream, a hallucination. Did any of this shit even really happen? The door is open briefly to provide you with your evening meal. There is no conversation, there are no words, just the soft clink of the tray being set down and the hurried footsteps as whomever is behind it vanishes yet again. The shadows...
Oh, go ahead.
The shadows in your room feel darker than before. They feel heavier, as if someone is watching. And time drips by, but you feel no closer to closure, no closer to understanding where you stand in any of this. What do you do?
I try to meditate and find something to keep me grounded, because I might be losing it a bit, or feel like I'm losing it. So
Sure.
I'm going to try to focus and meditate.
I ask again. Do each of you eat and drink?
I think at this point, Sera will not, because she's just feeling probably very anxious, and probably doesn't want at this point, and doesn't want to eat and drink. So no.
Yeah, I guess. How? I'm trying. I'm trying to not try too hard to figure out what these fucking will saves are for. Like, is there any impairment to my mental state that would prevent me from acting in my own self-interest?
Anju, the candle's not even in your room anymore. The brass sconce mounted to the wall, it's not even there anymore. The frame of your bed was wooden, it is now metal.
What the fuck?
If you're asking if your mental state is impaired, you're not sure when it began. And you're not sure when it's going to end.
I mean, it's been 3 days, presumably, or like 3 sleeps, so like, I don't know, minimum 2 days. I feel like I will have to eat at some point. Like, I don't know, I'm probably starving, but I'm like, at this point, I'm so sussed out. Like, I feel like Anju would be trying to bum rush the door when they open it. Like, he'd be trying to escape. He's looking for a way to break out. Like, find it, just anything. But I don't really know what that looks like in the current state, or if it even would be effective to try to get out, or, you know, yell when they open the door. Like, I don't know. It's all very, yeah, I mean, we went from, like, walls of flesh and dragon spirits to, like...
Prison.
Yeah, fucked up, like, illusion prison.
Anju, you contemplate throwing your body into the door, certain
dungeoneering.
that with enough force, with enough effort, it's just wooden. Even if it's reinforced, you can take out a single plank, and you're certain that you could push your way through. You even stand, and you prepare yourself to dash into it when there is a knocking. It's very faint. At the door.
I don't have anything on me. I don't have any of my inventory.
I mean, you have what you were wearing, but your backpack has been confiscated.
It's more than a backpack. Look,
You probably
yeah,
have
I
your
guess-
daggers, right? You probably have access
Okay.
to whatever you had on your belt loop.
that's crazy.
You've been-
Why would they leave me with weapons?
You've been reassured that you're still guests in this place. They just collected your coat at the door.
Yeah, I feel like Anju would be, like, slowly. He would try to keep himself sharp by, like, keeping track of all the things in the room that he's noticing that are different, and, like, trying to look for things like secret compartments or, like, scanning the corners of the
Sure.
walls looking for something, anything. And, like, yeah, he would be planning to try to escape the next time somebody brings food. Like, he probably was, like, examining how the person came in and how long it took them to set down the food, and, like, I don't know. That is what he would be doing at this point.
There's another rapping at the door. It's faint.
Okay.
It's deliberately not loud.
Yeah, I guess Anju's gonna.
Give me perception.
Can I, like, stand? Yeah, go ahead. Perception, sure.
Yeah, please, give me perception.
I was gonna, like, stand behind the door so when they opened it, they wouldn't see me.
As you are about to move to get behind the door so that you can potentially bum rush the door, you see just 3 fingertips kind of go under the door. Just slightly, just like the nubs of some fingertips, like somebody sliding.
Oh,
in
Sera,
there.
I found your fingers.
You hear
Yikes.
Anju. Anju, is that you?
Anju's not sure if the fingers are talking or if the person with the fingers is talking. Who do I recognize this voice?
Give me a memory test. It's click
Is
your
that-
wisdom.
Okay.
Massive. Anju, yeah, you did not expect to hear this voice, but you recognize this voice. This is a man that a favorable ally of yours managed to steal a weapon from. He's particularly caught the eye of Sera. He introduced himself as Cohen.
Fucking Cohen.
He's come to save us. Yay!
Okay, let me do an IRL memory test. I fucking hate this guy, right? I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty
Well,
sure
he
this guy
did try
annoys
to
the
He's
shit
kill
the
out of
one
me.
on
once.
the. Yeah.
He's the one that was on the ship with us, and
The
yeah,
ship
he tried
guy.
to kill me, and then
At first.
gave me a
Like,
vague.
right
Yeah,
o-
he
like,
gave me like a vague my
initially-
bad about that, and that's kind of so.
Vague, my bad.
He's just doing his job.
So yeah,
It got sorted.
disbelief. Cause wait, is he a member of this house?
Yeah.
Do I know that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so
Remember he remember the whole dagger? We
lives
stole
here.
his dagger and we were like not gonna give it back, and then he's like, I need my dagger back. I'm gonna get in trouble. And it's the same one
He
as
did do that.
Hal has.
Yep.
3 fingers under the door, and then I hear Cohen's voice saying, "Anju, is that you?" And I'll just Anju will just say, Anju will, like, in his delirium, he'll get, like, down on all fours and get really close to the fingers and, like, look at him. Cohen, is that you?
Yes, it's me.
What the fuck is going on? Why? What?
How did you end up here in House Therani?
It was long story. Can you get me out?
I don't know if I can get you out. Have you
Things are
been-
not
have-
normal in here.
Have you been told that you're going to meet anyone?
Yeah, the binder, somebody named Binder that
Fucking
said,
binder.
Oh.
Oh no.
"Go on."
I hope you're prepared to dance.
The fuck you? The fuck do you mean dance?
Keep your wits about you. They are deliberately trying to shake you. Moving the room, they're drugging you.
I, like, look down at the coffee.
You're eating something or drinking something, and they're watching.
Yeah, I'll do a spit take. Throw my coffee over, just all over the ground.
drink the wine. Whatever else they're giving you, don't drink.
Why? Why the wine?
Because the wine is the only thing that's not fucking poisoned.
Oh.
All right.
They deliberately give you the wine to throw you off. They want you to think that the wine is poisoned so that you'll drink the water.
Hmm.
You started to see things. You've begun hearing things, haven't you?
Yes.
Yes, they've doped you up, you idiot. You're consuming laudanum.
Okay, rude. Listen, I was about to say I was happy to hear from you, okay? But is the sound I've been hearing is the sound I've been hearing not real? Is it like
No, it's real. It's a tactic to weaken your mental. It's supposed to prevent you from sleeping. They play it louder so that it cuts your sleep.
Is the wine here? Do I have wine in here right now?
Yeah.
I'm just gonna grab it's like a bottle and just like swig straight out of the bottle.
It's cups. They give you essentially like just
Sure.
a rudimentary chalice, but yeah, you're given.
Slam it. I'm just to
Yeah.
the dome.
I wouldn't drink it too fast. If you've consumed a lot of laudanum, it may enhance the effects. Did you? You just drank it all, didn't you? Of course you did. Of course you did.
I did.
Yeah. Well,
It's a stressful situation.
good luck. Good luck, Anju. Is
I'm gonna paw at his fingers a little bit
Is-
because
is-
he's under the door.
stop it. Stop being weird. Quit it. It's Sera here.
I'm being normal. You're being weird.
Good fucking luck. And he leaves.
Fucking hate that guy. Anju says to himself.
You overhear as he leaves, I fucking hate that cat. Sera. Some time is going to pass. The maidens will come in and change out your wraps, and they say that it shouldn't be much longer now.
Good, because I feel like these walls are closing in on me. I think they are closing in on me, actually.
You get a trite giggle from both of them.
Okay.
Did you stick fingers under the door to bait me into cat behavior, or was that just a coincidence?
No, Ben, that's just you, buddy. That's just you.
It's the perfect setup.
You know, I'm so glad it worked out that way. Sometimes these stories tell themselves, and I'm living it. Sera, after they've left, probably an hour will pass. You believe that it's nearing what you would guess is nighttime, before there is another rapping at your door. It's just
Oh
a
boy.
3-tap. Sera.
Is that Cohen?
You recognize the voice?
Sarah might be like, actually, like, is this a trick?
I assure you I'm very much alive and very real.
You're here? Here?
Yes, I work here, so yes.
Right. Weren't you at the ship? Or I guess, weren't you going to be waiting there?
I have a means of returning to this place immediately.
Yes, I am quite aware of that.
Is this how you got here?
Yes.
Sera, you have to tell me who Hal is. You're going to get killed.
We were very desperate, in a very desperate situation, and had no choice. This was
I've-
the only way we could have saved all of our skin.
To be flayed.
To be flayed?
You've walked in a den of assassins and you expect to walk out just fine.
I expect us to pay some sort of penance, but I figure we could do some sort of negotiation. Perhaps some labor or something to,
Yes,
you know.
Forgot, you'll be handing out flyers for the local House Therani meetings.
I was going to. I assumed there would be some sort of whoever this binder person is.
Sera, this is a house of assassins.
Okay.
What's your point?
I don't want to get Hal in trouble.
Why are you protecting? Has he come to visit you like I have now?
No, he hasn't, actually.
And I think that says a lot.
That's a good point.
Wait, don't you not care about him anymore or something?
Oh yeah, I guess I don't really care about him. I know the guy, but no, he hasn't come to visit me. But why would he? Hey, we were friends, and then he gave me this thing to help transport in case something bad happened as a
That's not
offering.
That's not just nothing.
Well, to me, it was just nothing.
Sera, you have a very wild energy about you right now.
Yes, well, I still feel like I would only have to give up his name in a very, very desperate situation. And you know what? Maybe that desperate situation would be if this binder person was to flay me alive. But I will, when the time comes.
Listen, that's not off the table.
Oh, gosh.
Binder is the one who lives, who decides whether or not you live or die.
Oh, great. Well,
Also, I'll just be completely honest. If I hope that Anju finds his way to Binder first, it's not that I dislike your friend, it's just that I dislike your friend.
Okay, so you found Anju. Is he okay?
Unfortunately, yes, I found him first.
Okay. We need to negotiate.
I'm just banging my head on the door.
I'm not expecting you, Cohen, to help I don't want you to risk your own name to help us, but perhaps you can just help me. Is there anything? No, not help me escape. Not help me escape. No. Help me if there's anything that you think me and Anju and I guess Cain.
Where is Cain? Where is Ivan?
Ivan has left us.
Oh no, he was.
Where's Scout?
No, he wasn't killed. He and Cain had a falling out in our last encounter, and Ivan has left us. He's gone away. He's not dead, at least as far as I know. But myself, Cain, and Anju. What happened to Scout?
Yeah. Hey, Bub, what happened to Scout?
Is that above board, or are you asking in game?
Yes.
I am
I'm gonna give him the quick TLDR of where everybody is.
Scout's there.
I forgot.
It tells you that Scout's not talking to anyone.
Okay, Scout is also here. So the four of us are here.
A little traumatized.
And you know us, so I'm thinking there's something we can try to negotiate with this binder for our freedom. We are very, well, I'm currently injured, but we are powerful fighters and warriors, and we've done a lot of work for a lot of individuals.
I've seen the notes that they've taken on your hand. I would hazard to call you much more than a desk jockey. Currently, you are disabled.
Okay, well, we're rich.
You can tape a knife to it.
I will just have to change my combat styles. Perhaps use a shield or something. But there must be something that your house wants that we can offer.
Always.
If you can help me figure out what that is, then I can negotiate for our freedom.
Listen, your case has already been pushed off to Binder. He is going to have a lot to say. And a lot to ask. Just know that everything he says is decorated in such a way that it's designed to make you feel like you're in control. He is the perfect manipulator.
Oh, great.
Oh, you're gonna love him.
You're not wrong.
I can't stay much longer. I'm sorry. They'll be making the rounds. They check. Even if you don't think that they're checking, they are checking constantly.
Okay. All right. Well, I will have it handled. And if I die, well, I'm sorry we didn't get to go on that date. That's all.
I feel like you said in so many ways without saying in so many ways. No pressure, Cohen. Help us figure this out, Cohen. And I'm working on it.
Thank you. You know, no, never mind.
What was you going to say, Sera?
No.
Anju psychically senses a disturbance in the force and rolls his eyes.
No, I was gonna say something about Hal, but I don't think Sera would say that. So, that is all.
Because he's just some guy, you know.
Because he's just some guy.
He's just, you're not wrong. He's just some guy. Okay.
That's who I made a deal with, right?
Hal,
Yes.
yes.
Yes, Sera has a complicated thing for assassin guys. And
yeah.
so she had one assassin guy, and now she has a new assassin guy.
We love him a little brooding. Okay. Yeah, I get it.
No, fun fact about all of her love interests, they've both tried to kill me. So.
Well,
You know what?
that sounds like an Anju problem. Just
At least
saying.
you're consistent.
That's
you know
what, that's valid. And
You
to
have
be fair,
assassins
Hal,
after you.
if I remember correctly, Hal actually spared me for some reason. I don't remember. That was a long time ago.
Cohen kind of scared you. Spared you.
Yeah.
Spared you too.
He unintentionally spared me. I fucking survived. Anyway,
Yeah.
he did give me a chance. I'll give him that. He pulled a Batman killing, as I like to call it. I'm not gonna kill you, but I am gonna leave you directly in harm's way.
Yep.
Our camera is going to pan again, back to the outside world, back to Sharn, nightfall. You're waiting inside of the tavern again, Marion. It's been a few hours, and you don't quite want to give up hope on the fact that this strange figure with interesting eyes will arrive at that back corner table. Do you do anything in the interim?
Maybe try the coffee. Apparently that's good.
It's strong. It's strong. There is no sugar, no milk, nothing to enhance, no cream, no nothing. It's just straight dark roast.
Could I perchance, my character draws, right? Yeah.
Sure. Yes.
We said that as a hobby.
Yeah.
Could I maybe try to draw Hal from memory? Because I'm a little suspicious of him, and I think I'd want like a little record of what this dude looks like.
Yeah. It's been recently, so give me it's a wisdom test. So on the upper left of your character sheet, you have some attributes, and one of those is wisdom. Yeah, click that for me.
Oh.
Okay, that's not super great. That's not super great. Would you like to reroll? You have currently 2 rerolls. You just need to break a 10. I need you to break a 10.
Yeah, why not? Sure.
Okay, go ahead.
Reroll.
You got it. It takes a moment.
Just barely.
You're just trying to like kick over the details, and you're just trying to remember like if his brow was higher, if the ears were more pointed, the hair length, and it takes you you're sketching for a little while before you finally nail this down. And by the time you're satisfied, you think that this is the person that you've met. You glance up, and as a barmaid walks by, in your field of vision in that back corner, is a man. He's sitting, and he seems to be very deeply imbibing on a tea. He breaks off a piece of bread, and he looks around, and he kind of dabs it into the tea and brings it up to his mouth. He's eating it very strangely. I will say strangely. It's not like this large open mouth, like dangling it in. Mm-hmm. His lips sort of curl at the corners in a way that feels more feline than not.
Yeah, okay.
And then his eyes, you see them when he glances to the fire. His senses are quickly drawn. He's very nervous, or at least he's very alert. And a cherry pops out of the fire, rolling across the floor. His eyes turn and follow it, almost instinctively. And you see the glow. It's a golden hue. It's very, very attentive to the detail.
Okay.
You're certain that's your target.
I'm certain that's my target. So does that mean it's time to go over, I guess? Is there like a seat open next to him?
It's a table for 4, and he's just sitting alone.
Okay. And he's like, okay, he's eating like, it's like notably bizarrely, right?
Yeah,
Like,
but you got to remember, like, the average patron is also enjoying food, and they're also drinking a lot, so they're not really kind of taking in the greater details. You were specifically tasked with finding this one person, and for you, someone who's naturally very curious, you see this, and it just like it hits a couple of flags with you. You're like, that's the guy, but that his eyes aren't the weirdest part about him.
Okay. Can I just walk over and like sit in a chair across from him and just say hi?
Of course you can.
I just kind of like at him.
Sure, of course you can. Is that exactly what you do?
Yeah, I think I don't think she really knows how to do this, so I think it's gonna be real weird.
Got it. You begin to approach the table, and his eyes meet yours, and then he kind of goes back to dunking more bread and enjoying this as it slowly falls into his maw. And you can hear the sound. It's loud. It's almost instinctive suckling noise as it's kind of swishing around in his mouth. It's deeply dunked.
Okay.
You will notice that his canine teeth are particularly long. They're long for human standards. They're long for most of the normal races.
Okay.
And as he sees you, he quickly covers his mouth. Can I help you?
Oh my god, why is my instinct to ask if his teeth are real or implants? That's not a good opener.
You took your fingers off the piece. No.
I feel like that's not a good opener. Can I just be like, hi, do you like the tea?
Yes, it's quite good, yes. Can
Okay.
I help you? Is there something you need?
Kind of. I have a thing that someone told me to give you. And I have it right now, and I was going to try to give it to you if that is okay.
His brow furrows very tightly at that.
This is not a weapon, is it? You're not going to stab me.
No, I'm not that type of lady. Don't worry, not a threat. Merely a messenger in this moment of time. Can I
He wipes his face, and you can see that in the darkened blackness of his beard, he's wearing a lot of crumbs. So he goes,
Put it on the table then.
Okay. Can I put it, but can I keep my hand on it? So he can't grab it yet? Put it on the table?
yeah, you can.
I'm gonna keep my hand on it, and then can I show him the drawing that I made and ask if this guy looked like, before I give this to you, can you tell me who this man is to you?
He looks at the artwork as you kind of show him. And he glances down before putting his hand on the table. He's like, I'll be taking that. Reaching for the missive.
Can I pull it back?
You can. You can definitely do that.
Well, either it's for me or it's not.
Say that again. I didn't register that one.
It's either for me or it's not.
It's for you, but I've given you the message, so I'd like a little something in return. Who is this man to you?
He's nothing to me more than a messenger.
You've seen him before, though?
I'm familiar with his face.
Am I able to vibe check him?
Yeah, of
Feel
course.
like if I see if he's lying or not?
Yeah, definitely.
I do that with sense, right?
Yep, sense motive.
Look at me learning. Okay. Sorry, I'm looking for it. There we go.
Marion, you're not sure, like you're not picking up on any of the greater details, but he's not exactly being very heavy-handed about anything either. He's not trying to give you a bunch of information.
Okay. I'm gonna give him the missive, but like, I'm gonna give him the missive, but can I like keep looking at him to see if he like will like open it or something and see
Sure.
gauge his reaction a little bit?
Yeah. You
Yeah.
give. He seems to pull this away from you as you've taken your hand from it, and he drags it across the table, and he pulls what looks to be like a pair of pince nez. These glasses that sort of like fit on the bridge of his nose. They don't have like the traditional ear sides to connect. And he seems to look over this. Give me a perception check.
Yes. Is that in the main stuff?
It's right. It should be above your sense motive.
Sense motive. Oh, perception.
Jesus. Okay. All right. That's huge.
Everything.
You can see that where he places the pince nez, they don't quite sit on his nose. They don't actually connect to his face at all. It's almost as if they're resting on a hidden bridge of his face.
Oh. Okay. Okay. I don't know what that means. Okay.
Your best guess that based on the details that you have, this person's using some sort of elaborate disguise, and you don't think he's human anymore. You don't think he's elven. You're not sure.
Okay. Okay, then can I ask my original question about his teeth then?
Yes.
Like, what fine teeth you have? Are they natural or implants?
Are they for sale?
He starts kind of like wheeling back the missive and rolls it out. It's probably about this tall, maybe like 2 inches, but it's pretty long. It looks like it came in like a film roll. And as he rolls it out, he goes, "Natural, I was born with these." And he seems to be reading over the details, giving you that like classic old man down the nose, though. All right. Why is this important to you?
The missive?
Yes.
I don't even know what's in it. Do you
Well-
want to tell me what's in it?
He wouldn't have left it with you if you weren't important to the details.
The person who left it with me has a little bit of knowledge about a customer I'm curious about.
Is it a boy named Anju?
No.
A boy named
I'm a man.
Ivan?
And named, did you say Ivan? He's a customer, and he is curious, yeah.
Very well. And you wish to meet them?
I'm curious if the rumors are true. I'd like to figure it out myself,
There's quite a few nasty things being said about them.
And I don't like to take other people's word. I like to make judgments myself, personally. And there's too much spiraling around about them for me to not be inherently curious.
Do you have a means for me to reach you, so that I can put you in the right direction of your prey?
Can I tell him to come by the shop sometime? You can shop the wares while you're at it. I'm a pretty good saleswoman.
Well, from my first glance, I would say that you're a better artist, but
Thank you.
haven't had a chance to identify your skills yet.
Multi-talented.
What do they call you?
Marion. How about yourself?
Marion. I've gone by a few names.
Any preference ones that you'd like to be called? Or
Maug.
Maug?
Yes.
Very interesting. What's the origin of
Hail
that?
Anju.
Yeah, no, I heard that.
You'd say what's the origin?
Yeah.
Do you
Origin. I don't know that name.
do you speak Elven?
Do I?
Yeah, it should
Oh,
be
snail.
should be in your character sheet if you want, like, this is part of your character description. If you think that your character would speak Elven,
I would.
okay,
I would. Yes,
okay,
actually.
it's Elvish for black.
Okay. Okay, so I don't need to ask the origin then. Okay. Nice to meet you. What it would get? Yeah, I guess nice to meet him.
The pleasure
I
is
don't-
all
I-
mine, Marion. I will put you in tow to meet the boy that you wish to. Just be kind to the others. They are dim-witted by design.
Aren't we all?
I suppose there is many follies in youth.
Can I ask how? Do you know where they are?
I do.
Are you the reason they're there?
No. If I had it my way, they would have separated long ago, and one of them would have gone back to his family.
Oh, you know them personally.
Yes. Yes, I do.
And in a good way or a bad way?
And to be determined. I'm not sure if we are supposed to be close. It's almost preferred. His life would become quite a bit more difficult.
Sometimes, I don't know, difficult's a good thing. Not everything can be easy and like simple, I guess.
Some things are deigned to be easy, and many of us worked hard days and hard nights to make sure that those that come after us don't have to work so hard.
All right then.
What does that mean?
So I guess I'll be hearing from you?
Yes, I'm not sure if it will be a day or 2 days.
That's
But-
fine. I'm not going anywhere.
You will hear from either myself or someone carrying a representation.
He
Okay.
shows the inside of his hand, and just where the thickest part of like the meat of the palm is, there is a small like scorch or like a burn mark in his palm. And it's a lantern. It's a stylized dark lantern that has an X that goes right through it.
Do I recognize that symbol?
No.
Cool.
When they introduce themselves, they will hand you a card that has this. That's how you know it will be from me.
And do I get to know what that means, or is it just a little
It's,
fun symbol?
it's probably for the best that you don't ask many more questions in regards to this symbol.
All right. Then I'll leave you to your tea and bread dipping, sir.
Thank you.
I guess thank you. Okay. And then I guess I'll just go back to my seat, finish
Sure.
my tea.
Guys, we're going to take a short break. We're going to take like a 5-er so that we can come back just after the top of the hour, and we will figure out how this session ends, because it's still not even reached the height of it yet. Having a good time. Hope you guys are too. We'll be back in a moment. We are back from our break. Here we are. Hi guys, thank you so much for allowing us that brief break to bio, grab some new drinks, maybe some snacks and stuff like that, and we've returned. And with that, our camera is going to pan. Things change and distort in our world around us again. Anju and Sera. I wonder how you're feeling.
Well, you know, Not great, but I think a little bit better knowing that Cohen's here.
I'm in danger. I'm in danger.gif.
Okay, perfect. Then we move in to our 4th day. Our camera focuses in a room. It's probably 20 by 25. There are various tables, implements, broken swords, daggers, hammers scattered about. But no facility workers at this point are here. Your balloon is growing smaller. It's becoming tighter. The claustrophobia is beginning to set in as it begins to bind up around your skin and form this sort of hardened layer. Where you press out now, it gives way and folds malleably so against your body. It stretches over the kite of your face, giving you a delicate headdress, allowing your hair to poke through. Cain, you find yourself resting on the floor of this darkened black room with the tables around you. You're completely naked. You have none of your belongings. Can you please describe what Cain Carpenter looks like now?
All right, so we're a platinum dragonborn. We're covered in scales from head to toe, and we're the color platinum, obviously. It's just one solid color. There's not any deviation really at all. On the back shoulders, there's a couple of like ridges where wings would come out of a dragon, but they're just ridges. There's no wings there. The elbows are like tipped or like pointed as well. And the ends of the shoulders too. And then the rest of it's kind of just like smooth scales. And I mean, typical like dragon head, like you described, almost like elongated face, birdish, rows of sharpened teeth. Am I awake or I'm just like
You're
just
awake.
aware?
You're alert, and you are very well informed as to what is going on with your body. It's completely
Okay.
new to you, right? Because you didn't forget anything from before. You
I
still remember the way that
everything
you
then.
looked.
Do
Now
I
you're
remember what
defined.
happened right before I went into the egg?
No, you
Do I
don't.
remember like okay, so when is the last point that I remember?
You remember the night before the man from House Orion took you in his cart through the Mournlands to White Hearth
That's
facility.
all I remember.
You remember everything before that. The day of. All of that information is gone. And as you begin to reflect and let everything kind of roll back over your mind, you realize the terrible things that you had done. This is no longer a moment of lucidity in your life where you feel that there is apt clarity. No, it's pristine. You are riding in the driver's seat. You're not letting someone else pilot Cain Carpenter. You're back.
Who's in the room with me when I look around?
There's nobody in the room with you. It's just you.
There's nobody. Okay. Well, I'll sit up. I'll look down at my arms and my hands, and he'll just mutter like, "Is this some sort of curse or punishment?" And then yeah, he'll stand up. Is there anything to cover myself with in the room?
Sure. Yeah, I would say that there is probably a few of these tables will have like sort of shoddy cloths, like blackened tablecloths over them. They're tarps that are
Sure.
meant to sort of cover these things. It's not going to be comfortable. It's going to be burlap at best. But yeah,
Yeah,
you
we'll
can fold
toga
it
it
around
up
your
with
body.
one of those.
Yep.
Okay. And then I'll look for an exit.
There is no door so far as you can see. And when you glance around the room, you
Okay.
can see with absolute precision.
That
You've never
dark
seen
vision.
clearer.
Okay. Can I detect magic?
Yes, you can. And there
Okay.
are traces of magic that have been sort of weaved into the floors, into the ceiling and walls. This room itself seems to usher in a series of enchantment magic all the way
Okay.
around. But as you glance delicately so at each of the weaves of the arcane magic before you, it's definitely all enchantment, but it's all different spells.
Okay. Can I tell like what school of magic are they from? Like, can I
Enchantment.
get any information?
It's from
Enchantment.
the
Okay.
enchantment magic, and you can see that it's protection, that it's naturally, it's a sort of like a protection spell. It's naturally providing some sort of armor to the walls, a way to sort of obscure vision. It's even there's an area that you would believe like a door might be. There's not even furniture blocking the way. That sort of outlines where a door would be, but you don't see a handle. There is no bars, nothing that sort of outlines that.
Okay. I'm thinking like there's no reason to talk out loud because there's no one there, but I'm thinking like, where are my companions? Like, I need to find my companions. Where am I? How do I get out of here?
Sure.
You said there's like weapons and stuff
There are.
around.
Yep, there are a
Because
few.
they've been trying to attack the eggshell,
Mhm.
basically.
Yes.
Okay, I'll pick up anything that looks like I could use it as a weapon. I'll just have
Great.
just to have something.
What do you grab?
I mean, like a dagger, any
You got it.
kind of small weapon that I can conceal in a burlap sack over
Sure.
my toga dragon immaculate body. 6'8", yellow eyes and shit. Okay.
Okay. All right. I hear you.
I mean, clearly somebody was in here and they've got me locked up somewhere. So all I can really do is wait. So if there's no, unless I can roll a perception to see if there's some way to, get out of here without
Give me a perception.
waiting. Okay, I don't have any sort of teleport or any of my items or anything.
Yeah.
Where's my sheet at?
You have a 26 with a natural 20 on your perception check.
Massive.
You glance around the room again and you sort of follow it, and you're convinced that the area where that outline, what you think is the outline of a door, where the magic sort of traces the door, you think that that's got to be the door. It has to be the closest thing to a door.
Mm-hmm. But, okay.
But you're right. You can sit and wait if you so desire.
Where's my familiar?
Not
Where's
here.
Squeaks at?
Not here.
Okay.
Though you're casting
Squeaks
spells.
wasn't in the egg with me.
No, you are casting spells, so you can tell that he's still alive.
That's good. That's my little homie.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'll go sit in the middle of the room and sit cross-legged and wait and meditate and try to make sure my mind is clear and make sure that I don't try to sense any psycho evil crazy Cain in there anymore.
Sure. As you find yourself in a position of meditation, you fall into the natural. You sit. It's difficult to do so now because there's something at the base of your spine, at the tail, just above your butt. You have a tail. It's not really small either. It's going to take some getting used to. Glance down at your
I'm
legs.
some kind of abomination for sure.
And they are not crooked in the way that a human's legs would be. They're reptile legs. It's really quite strange to look at. But after 20...
he kind of wants to cry, but he's too busy with getting out of danger first.
After 20 to 30 minutes of sitting there, meditating, reflecting on what's happened, what is happening, and on the inside, you can hear the tapping of footfall. And they're coming from that area where the shape of the door might be. Do you glance up?
Yes.
When you glance up, a figure passes through, and they are wearing that previously described like a blackened morph suit where you can't really distinguish any of their features, but they have some sort of like tunic over the top and a belt that is deigned around this, and you just hear your name. They say, Cain Carpenter.
You know me.
Not personally, no.
Where's Ivan? Where is Anju, Sera, and Scout?
Scout is not on speaking terms with anyone. They will not speak to anyone. Sera and Anju are being cared for, provided for,
Being taken care of.
and Ivan never arrived with the others.
I must speak with them immediately. It is very urgent.
I will take you to your room. You will be seeing them later this evening.
Where am I? Where are we?
You'll find
What has
out.
happened?
You'll find out in time. Just trust that you are not being held against your will. That your safety is of the utmost importance.
And who's... Well, exactly who is promising us this safety then?
House Therani.
I see. She must have used that thing that Hal gave her.
Who is Hal?
She's an acquaintance of ours. And traveling.
Just a friend.
One of your house, I believe.
Very good. I'll report the information. It's imperative that this is returned.
I can get you more information, but I need to talk with my allies.
Of course. I understand. Right this way, Cain Carpenter. They turn, and they exit through the illusory wall. You're led to a room, similar, almost identical to the rooms before. They're 10 by 10s. There is a sizable bed with clean linen. They say, you must be famished.
Am I? Do I feel hungry after being in an egg for several days?
That's not for me to decide.
I don't know if the egg provided some sort of sustenance and transformation, or if I would be hungry from being transformed, because I feel like I'd be hungry. Yeah.
They'll bring it to you regardless, hungry or not.
Okay.
How big was the yolk of the giant dragon egg?
It's him.
I
He's
am
the
the yolk.
Yeah.
Fuck.
They bring you fresh water, warm, fresh food, and wine.
Mm-hmm.
They reiterate, tonight, you will see to your allies.
All right, thank you then. I'll just have to trust you, I suppose.
There's a curt bow, and they'll turn and leave. The door shuts gently behind. Do you wait?
I wanted to detect magic in the room and just see what is more enchantments, I suppose.
There are more enchantments, yes. More, like quite a bit more. That you can tell that these cells themselves are they are watching.
I don't have any way to test the food.
With your mouth.
Yeah, I'm just not going to eat that yet.
What about the drink?
I don't want any of it. I am I'm gonna hold out until I physically can't anymore.
Okay.
Just because I'm a stubborn old dragonborn, and I don't trust these people at all. I'm just gonna be polite to get what I want. So
Perfect. Day 4. The doors to each of your cells open at last. Maybe you had the sleep that you desired, but it was never quite enough. Nothing was ever quite enough. You were given just enough water, just enough food, some wine, enough to subsist upon, but never enough to quench your thirst, never enough to vanquish the hunger. The sound ever eroding at your psyche. These subtle changes in the room, constantly limiting your memory. It was like your experiments the entire time. It was a lot less for King Carpenter. But for the others, you welcome even the hallway outside of the room. You've been held in this strange limbo for 3 days, your mind fraying ever so slightly at the edges, but today, you can finally feel it. The tension in the air thickens just before the door creaks open, and a new presence enters your room. They pull you to the halls. They walk you through a labyrinthian maze of what you can only guess is House Therani. There are an unfortunate amount of turns. You can never quite remember, was it 3 lefts, 2 lefts, and a right? Why am I ascending steps, but I seem to watch the wall fall around me? Before you're led to a room, each of you enter. Scout is not there. Ivan isn't there either. To your surprise, Anju and Sera. A new form. A massive draconian figure. Stands nearly 7 feet tall, with platinum-like scales that dance over his body like chitinous armor. He wears a blackened tarp in the form of a toga, and there is a rather delicate-looking blade that hangs out of the front of it. Cain. You see them, and they look confused. They don't know who you are. You can see it on their face.
Anju, Sera.
You immediately recognize the tone.
I seem to have undergone some sort of change. I don't know what happened. I was hoping you could enlighten me as to the details of our party after embarking on the vehicle through the Morninglands.
As you process that information,
Kane?
Yes, Anju.
So you don't remember anything that happened?
I lost lucidity once we boarded the vessel through the Mornlands. I was not of the right mind again. You know how it is, or how it was.
Oh, I know.
Fortunately, I seem to have my wits about me now.
How it was, yes. Okay. Well,
So normal Kane now.
So what happened? Look at me!
I mean, that happened. I mean,
What
other
did I
people-
do, Anju?
Who else is in the room with us?
it's just you 3.
Oh, nice.
Just know that they're
That means-
probably listening.
Yeah, I'm kind of hesitant to. To be fair, Anju doesn't really understand what happened.
Did we
so-
find the creator?
Yeah. Yes. Right. Looking at Sera. Right. Yeah. Think
yes.
the creator departed. Forget who killed.
That sounds troubling.
The whole thing was pretty
Ben.
troubling, I would say.
Anju, give me a wisdom. So it's a memory test. Yeah, Anju, as you start to play the events over in your mind, when you finally met the creator, there's an exchange of dialogue. There was a promise of power, a body for Scout. Then a machine began talking, and in a matter of moments, Cain unleashed a torrent of spells, of magic himself, destroying the creator.
Yes.
Yeah. You killed the
You
shit out of
said.
him.
You said I did that.
Well, you know, the old you, we'll say.
It's like something took over and did it.
Yeah,
Is this
you know.
why Scout isn't talking anymore? They've told me.
I think Scout is, yes, troubled by this.
Scout's mad at us.
Why would I
Yeah.
do such a thing?
I don't know, man. Why did you do any of all the fucked up things?
I don't
that you've
know.
done?
I was under the
Yeah.
You've also
The
pissed
That's
off.
powers of
whatever.
an ancient evil.
Yeah, we saw above table, we saw Tiamat escape or something?
You saw something fly, remove itself from the rip in your vision. You don't really know what that was. Was it a portal? Was it some sort of tear? Unfortunately, you didn't get enough information from the creator in regards to what it was, but you witnessed something make a promise to Cain, change Cain, and then it was gone. The only thing that remained after that was an egg. Ivan was disappearing with Brother Garrow. There was a gnome covered in an aberrant tattoo of a dragon mark.
Ivan tried to leave Cain behind the whole time as well. That's not me saying that in person. Yeah.
Yes.
Did we see Cain agree to Tiamat's offer, or did we just see? Did they?
You don't know.
I can't remember if we could hear it or not.
You could not.
Right. So we just kind of saw. What did the spirit look like to us?
That's the problem. You couldn't tell what the spirit
Oh,
looked
I
like
see.
because the
Okay.
moment it came out, its whole body encompassed the room.
Right.
Imagine playing like a video game and you're suddenly standing inside of the creature, right? How you've got various shapes around you. Like, there's something here. There's something going on, but I'm not seeing the inside parts. There's just shapes. That's essentially what happened.
Sarah, what happened to your hand?
I was
Oh, that's right.
fighting during this battle, and the blade I was using, if I remember, it like kind of shattered, and
The one from the sex demons.
Right.
yes.
How is your hand? Anju has been reminded.
Told you should not have
Injury.
meddled with that thing.
Well,
Healing.
it's healing. Well, it's healing
look
as
like
in I just show him. I just like show the band-aids and I
God.
just show him. I am not
I'll like.
going
Yeah.
to get these fingers back.
I am so sorry if I played any part in your dismemberment.
I do not blame you,
Crazy.
Kane, but I know somebody who does.
I
Ivan.
feel like this is most probably all of my fault, and I will devote my life now to rectifying the problems I've caused.
The biggest problem is us getting out of here right now, because we may be facing a trial, and I don't know, we could be executed. So by these assassins. So I think we start with that, and then Kane.
You won't die in here. This is your department. You brought us here, and you can get us out.
I'll do my best. But then we need to find Ivan, and you need to fix that, Kane.
Is
Why?
Ivan cross with me?
Yes. more than the rest of us.
Ivan.
Well, I need
Ivan
more
gave himself up.
details.
Ivan gave himself up for us. I'm trying to avoid saying too much here.
I understand.
Why did they let us out of our cells? Why are they letting us talk right now? They've been trying to poison our minds for days.
They were most likely waiting to see what happened with my predicament, and the catalyst to your release was probably because I am now here.
Okay. So, what if we just...
This is highly unusual for a human to become this, Anju. What is this? I have a fucking tail.
Pretty
Oh,
cool.
you know what that's like, don't you? I'm gonna
What's
need
that
some
supposed to mean?
tips. I don't know I keep slapping this thing against the wall.
Honestly,
It
it's
has
the
a mind
doors-
of its own.
It's the doors that'll get you. You gotta...
Damn
You can't just
doors, I
slam
can't
doors
even
behind
sit
you like you
correctly.
used to. You'll get used to it.
That's besides the point.
I'm like,
We have other
Anju's like,
pressing
I'm just gonna
matters.
start walking around slowly in a circle and just kind of examining the elegant beauty of it all, Kane. Wow.
I'm so tall.
Yeah. Do you feel different? Or do you...
I feel fucking amazing.
So this is a good thing.
I bet you could kick some ass.
I don't know what. I feel like I've been cursed. I have to look like this creature the rest of my life, or
Yeah, I don't know what gave you the...
is it temporary?
I don't know.
I mean, hey,
Can I like
let's-
Arcana check myself or something, or
Yeah.
like I don't know.
What would you like to check?
enjoy your new
Is it
clothes.
like
Don't
an
say that.
enchantment or a curse or
Yeah, it's a little bit of all of that.
something? Okay.
It was a gift.
I mean, yeah, I'm just trying to understand. Like, is it like who I am? Am I turned into this thing, or is it some sort of magical effect that is keeping me as it instead of a human kind of thing? You know, or am I just like, this is what you are now?
It's something you're just gonna have to figure out.
Okay, all right.
He doesn't have any memory of... Not even...
I need specific details once we know that there are no eavesdroppers.
Yeah.
Yes, we will share everything that happened leading up to how we got here.
I'm gonna like... grab
I was
one of
having
your-
visions of the world being created.
What?
What, in the egg?
As you begin to explain these visions, a door opens. It's a door that none of you would come through. A group of people walk in. They seem to be carrying most of what looks like a table. They begin assembling it in front of you. It's this dark table. Not like a brown, but like a charred black. And they set in the center a large glass bowl.
Hey, guys.
They don't really say anything. They don't even really acknowledge you. They begin to empty water skins into this bowl. And what comes out is a fluid. It's a liquid, but it's not quite what you might expect. It's this silvery sheen. It's almost reminiscent of your new scales. But it's liquid. Think like mercury. Fills up probably 5 or 6 inches of this deep, large bowl. And they walk away. The door shuts.
Is this
Well,
some
they're-
sort of test?
Friendly. I ain't touching that shit.
I feel like we're being tested right now.
Testing my patience.
Don't you have some sort of skill, Anju, to determine whether it's safe or not?
Don't you have any skills at all? I don't. I mean, I guess. Like,
The door then swings open
I don't feels above my pay grade.
without a sound. And in steps a figure of effortless precision. Binder.
Oh boy.
Pristine, composed and utterly in control. Their high-colored black coat moves like liquid shadow, and the stark white gloves on their hands remain untouched, as if the world itself dares to not stain them. Their voice is smooth, deliberate, never hurried, every word placed with care, every question carefully crafted to pull at unseen threads. They do not demand attention, just simply has it. It's a presence that makes the room feel smaller without ever raising their voice. And when they smile, calm, patient, and understanding. Binder feels less like reassurance and more like an inevitability. Their voice weaves somewhere between alto and tenor. There's a huskiness to it that makes you think that it's masculine, but framed effeminately so. You can't tell what order of magnitudes they sway to. They are beautiful. They are handsome. They are dangerous.
Anju glances at Sera. I feel like Anju's gonna, like, with his paws still at his side, like, he's gonna bare his claws, but he's also gonna, like, stand behind Cain.
They just smile at the three of you.
Who is this, our hidden warden?
This must be Binder.
I'll give him the, like, white people passing each other on the street smile.
I see my reputation precedes me.
You know the one.
Well, I'm assuming that since you know my name, then you understand why I'm here.
You here to pass judgment upon the three of us?
That sounds so very damning and harsh. Think of me more
Just
like...
tell us what it is you want.
I'm like a caseworker. I'm here to work your case.
Buy me dinner first. I say in character.
So please, I'm sure you have questions. Ask.
Why haven't you killed us?
You long for death.
Oh, okay. Well, that I don't.
That one's
Anju.
obvious, Anju.
Anju.
You wasted one of our questions.
What is he, a genie? Anju, like, is blushing, but he's a cat, so.
Listen, a hammer is a crude tool for solving every problem, don't you think? Besides, one only eliminates a threat when one is certain it has nothing of value to offer.
They want something, Anju. This is how it always goes.
Yes.
Oh, well, excuse me.
And we are absolutely willing to negotiate. If you would, what I understand that House Therani is very powerful and has a lot of tools and assets, but we are willing to offer our own assets and skills if needed to negotiate our exit of this place.
I understand. You feel as if your life is forfeit.
Not forfeit, but you have been containing us as we're not prisoners, quote unquote, per se, but you have been detaining us.
Certainly not guests, as we were told.
How long have you been here?
4
Please.
sleeps.
One question at a time.
That was for my companions.
4 sleeps. He whispers.
In regards
"Sleeps."
to being prisoners, it's a most curious predicament, is it not? You walked through our door and you found yourselves unable to leave, yet I have seen no shackles and no chains. You have no bruises. There's been no rough handling. If you were prisoners, surely there would be marks, were there not?
If we were prisoners, if we weren't prisoners, then if we wanted to just exit this room, you would let us.
Of course.
Yeah,
but
what's
you would,
with the...
You would need a guide. You think that you can wander and find your way out from here?
What's with the psychological torture?
I can't fathom or understand what you mean by this.
The shape-shifting rooms, the food that was obviously poisoned. I'm just gonna try accusing him, just flat out, with the information that I got from Cohen.
And you have proof of this?
We have been feeling very strange the past few days. I literally thought like the room was spinning, and
my bed frame changed materials, bro. Like, what do you mean?
There's definitely something. As a matter of fact, we say it's 4 nights, but it feels like it could have been weeks. I don't even know.
The constant droning, wearing my mental state down, magic being...
You'll not break my companion so easily.
I intend not to. That's not the case.
Well, then what's your explanation for the supernatural shit we've been dealing with for the last roughly 4 days, presumably?
I couldn't begin to explain the things that you've allowed yourself to be haunted by.
Wow. Fucking
That's gaslighting.
Fucking girl boss over here. Or, no, not sleight of hand. Can I sense motive on this shit?
Which part?
Him saying he doesn't know anything about the illusions or the weird, like, psychological magic that we've been going through. Wow.
Oh lordy.
I'll take. Hold on. What do I got on that? I got +7. I gotta use a luck reroll, right?
You can?
Why not?
Go for it. You got 2 of them.
Ugh.
+14. Yeah.
You want to stick with that 16, or you want to run that last luck reroll?
I mean, I have to get a 26. I mean, that's honestly not horrible. Yeah, no. So I rolled an 18. Yeah, no. I'm gonna save the last one.
Okay.
Because I have to roll a 19 or higher.
Sure.
Just to match. So.
Okay.
I mean, I could go for the nat 20, but we only have the 2, so.
I mean, you guys are 4 subs away from your 3rd luck reroll.
I really want to know if this motherfucker's lying. But it doesn't seem that crucial either. It's just like...
Sure.
Yeah, I'm gonna save it.
They are, because
I have to be.
They have to be.
You want to say that outside of game, but in game...
That's true.
That seems so believable.
Yeah.
You have 3 luck rerolls.
Yay!
You're on your way to your 4th luck reroll.
All right, listen. The message loud and clear. Let's go for that nat 20.
Believe heart of the cards. Here it is. Oh!
That's pretty good.
No shot, dude.
That's
no fucking shot.
No, I literally rolled the 19. The 19 was what I needed. I thought I needed
Very
a 20.
close.
And I rolled the fucking 19. Let's go.
Oh yeah.
Sorry, I didn't realize what had happened.
It's like
That's
a
so
5%, 10%.
That's so stupid.
Thanks, chat. I'm a lucky cat.
They're good, Anju. They're very good. But they're lying. And you don't think anybody else would have picked that up.
You two are losing your minds.
I think the last time I detected someone's lying, I just did lying. Anybody read Saga? I'm literally lying cat.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll just accuse him. I'm just like, nobody believes that. Like, with all of the confidence and assurance of somebody who can just tell that he's a fucking lying piece of shit.
He glances to the others.
I trust Anju more than you.
Understood.
Yeah.
I didn't poison you. If you seem to believe that Maybe someone in House Therani did. I would hazard to say that they probably didn't, though. And you're just being a bit more concerned. It makes sense. You're in a strange place. We have a bit of a reputation. We're assassins. At least that's what they keep saying.
Okay, well, if you want negotiations
into the entertainment.
Sure, okay. I have the luxury of just not listening to any of this gaslighting now. Like, I don't fucking care what he's saying. Like, if you want negotiations, there needs to be a mutual trust, right? There needs to be something.
I understand. Fear can make us all act irrationally. Would you like a moment to collect yourself so that I can just speak to the two rational people here?
Wow, he hit me with the acting crazy right now. That's fucking nuts.
Oh shit. Anju,
No, I'm not going
Anju.
anywhere, and I'm not buying your what?
Anju, just relax for a
It's
moment.
not entirely...
I will, like, Anju will, like, retract his
Deep
claws
breaths.
and relax.
It's not entirely one-sided. I have my own
And leave
questions.
because Sera told him to.
There are many rumors cycling in regards to a group known as Scouts Honor. And I've been left in charge. So what you say has most paramount of impact. So let me ask first, just for clarity's sake. Wouldn't it be unfortunate if someone assumed that you were working with the Emerald Claw? Surely that
You would never.
that isn't the case.
We are not working with the Emerald Claw. As a matter of fact, the Emerald Claw is trying to kill us.
So you were
Or have
forced.
tried.
You were forced into your predicament at the university then.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Oh, great.
That's
Sarah.
just beyond my control. Was the
That's the
problem.
story going around about the university incident. Great.
Well,
We were backed into a corner by terrorists.
you understand, and I agree, they are not the kindest of people. They operate under bizarre machinations. Fenestrations
they
are
did not
found.
deserve their death, Anju.
Some of them probably did. But that's
Maybe
not
like
for me
a
to
less
determine.
gruesome one. Anju just kind of goes imagination.
No.
for a moment. Yeah.
I would hate to assume anything incorrect about your companions. So, in an effort to remove any misunderstanding, would you please be so kind as to place your hands, at least your fingertips, into the bowl of fluid?
I'm like
It will
looking
cause-
at them incredulously, like
It will cause
absolutely not.
no harm. It will simply prevent you from lying.
Why don't you do it?
How about I do it and you leave the other two out?
Yeah, give it to Creepy Hands here.
Then they'll not be afforded an opportunity to answer. You'll be silenced. And you wish to negotiate, these are the terms.
Well, you
I
put
will-
your fingers in as well, then.
I will do it.
Of course. As a fortune of goodwill. Let's step up to the opposite side of the table, and they will place their fingertips just inside the bowl. See, some in the house believe you to be enemies. I do not. They place a hand to their chest. But I'm beginning to wonder if I'm mistaken. How did you find your way into House Therani?
Here we go.
I think Anju
Yeah,
is gonna...
how'd we do that?
I'll just answer, and if they want me to put my hand on the bowl, I will do that. But I will just answer first, and I'm gonna be honest. We used a trinket to transport us here in a desperate situation.
By desperate, you mean fatal.
Exactly.
I understand. Anything to maintain. I think it's only fair that we handle this delicately, so Now one of you can ask a question to me.
Anju is resending. Has realized that his big mouth is probably not needed, so he's not gonna. And he also doesn't want to touch the funny liquid, so he's gonna opt for being silenced for this conversation.
Question for them. Kane, do you have any questions?
The world is your oyster. You can ask anything.
I want to know what they want for us to get out of here.
The price of your freedom.
I thought we weren't prisoners.
Just for reassurance, that's what your question is. Because you seem to believe you're prisoners.
What is your price for a guide to lead us out of your labyrinth of a house?
What a mercenary way to phrase this. I would say... Make sure to keep their hand in the bowl. An exchange of perspectives. A conversation of equal weight. Your guide. Your freedom is simply the natural conclusion of a discussion that satisfies both parties.
Oh boy.
So you want information?
They smile.
How it always is with these assassin types, isn't it?
Yes.
My
That
turn.
is their second best weapon.
What do you know about the man that you brought with you?
You brought a man. That's not Ivan.
What man?
They look to you,
Can I
Anju.
gesture? Am I allowed to gesture?
What do you know about the man that you brought with you?
The little guy.
Oh, don't play coy. Did 3 days in your room. I understand. There was a small man that you brought with you. Probably about knee-high. Covered in tattoos. One singular tattoo that covered their entire body.
Where did you find a tiny man in the Mournlands? I'll stick my hand in the bowl, and then I'll say, I don't remember anything that happened for the last several days.
I'm trying to remember what this little
Oh,
tiny...
Tracy, do you remember? It's the
I think Tracy's...
They were in the forge.
the guy who was hidden under the forge. There was
They were
Oh
like
my god,
powering the
yes.
forge.
Yeah, we did. I forgot we brought that
the
dwarf
dwarf
with
that
us.
had been
Mhm.
locked under the Mournlands for thousands of years.
Oh
Apparently.
my god.
And we were like, he looks nice.
It's a gnome.
Is a gnome, right?
Yeah.
I'm just gonna... They were kind of collateral in our escape where we were at the time. We had to get out, and they were there as well. So we brought them with us in this teleportation.
Would I know anything about a gnome with tattoos? And is that like a lore thing that is common?
Give me a history. It's a deep check.
Okay. I just want to, history.
Are you happy with the 14?
I got rerolls.
17.
Oh, does last reroll into a 27? Get the fuck out!
Every
Okay.
single reroll.
God damn
All
it,
it takes,
dude.
all it takes
Luck
is a nat
rerolls were
20.
OP.
All it takes is a nat 20 for anyone in our party to learn a single piece of lore.
Get out. Okay. All right, look.
We finally know
Yeah.
something about the world.
Yeah. And this was...
Look, just because I remember it doesn't mean I have to.
Exactly.
Right,
No.
talk about
This figure is massively historical and recognized as a villain of the world, of the world of
Yeah.
Eberron. This
Right,
person, and this became a point of historical significance because of what they accomplished. The Dreambreaker was a gnome born in what's now Zalargo over 1,000 years ago. His aberrant mark allowed him to shatter the minds of people around him, and on some accounts, he could even twist time and space to his will. However,
Great.
his power also affected his own perception of reality, and it's said that he believed that rote aberrants, or in this case, aberrant tattoos, were designed to fight the upper echelons and the sovereigns from the skies above. and that the houses and their mortal minions were simply manifestations of a greater cosmic struggle. And that resonates with you, Cain, because you just witnessed a massive cosmic struggle. This person was devoted to the aberrant cause, and their power was a massive weapon in the arsenal of House Tarkanan, but his instability prevented him from leading forces of his own. So like his kin, another general amidst House Tarkanan, the Lady of Plague, the Dreambreaker was often featured in anti-aberrant propaganda. House Civis spread tales of his abilities to crush minds and claimed that he could murder innocent people in their dreams.
Oh yeah.
So he's like the rebel forces for the aberrant over the regular dragon mark people.
Yeah.
Basically. Because they murder the aberrants right away anyway.
Yes.
So he's, yeah. Okay.
But historically, it's presumed that he died in the siege of Sharn, the first Sharn, before the Earthbreaker destroyed all of Sharn. This is the second iteration of Sharn as you come to know it. But nobody ever found his body. And following the destruction of Sharn, he was never spoke of again outside of history books.
You find the Dreambreaker.
When
Anju's just like gazing, wide-eyed, and like sitting cross-legged up against a wall. I was
27?
scowling.
When you say that, at Dreambreaker, the eyes flinch up, the immaculate and pristine arch in the brows span the course of their forehead, and the widest grin bearing perfect teeth. So you do know.
Everyone knows the Dreambreaker. Is that... There's no way that's who they found. Do you two know what you've done?
What?
Or was it me, perhaps?
No. We just grabbed what was there. We didn't...
I'm missing some context to the situation. Why did we have to leave in such a hurry?
Wasn't the place gonna like...
It was slowly crumbling.
Yeah,
you were bleeding
It
out.
was like self-destructing or something.
Just, yeah, and we had like two options. Well, I don't really think we had many
and
options.
you didn't want to leave Cain because you didn't think you could carry the egg.
That's, yeah. We were basically, Cain, we were desperate. We had no choice. That place was about to crumble to pieces, and everything was happening all at once. You were an egg, and we didn't know if we were going to be able to get everything out before it toppled us to the ground.
Wow. What
Thus-
place?
Then is the forge destroyed?
The forge? What forge?
I'm quite certain it was destroyed.
And found him in a forge.
You found
forge.
him in a forge. What forge?
Yes. A forge in the Mournlands.
A forge in the Mournlands? Interesting.
Not like they'll be able to go out there easily anyway.
Yeah, so clearly we came from a very, very far away. And it was not easy to get to.
It's
Well,
your
there
turn.
you have it. You have the Dreambreaker. Is that not enough in your custody?
Is that your question?
It's probably worth asking, right? But
Sera has a better one.
Not particularly. I didn't realize that the thing that we had in our possession was so valuable.
it's like, is that bad?
Yeah.
Well, at the heart of it, it's rather refreshing when the dance ends and we arrive at the music. Let's just say that potential is not something that House Therani overlooks. And when something is meant to be broken, well, we like to understand how and why before we take up the hammer ourselves. The conundrum, the Dreambreaker, and how it wound up with you. Even stranger.
Just cuz.
Are they alive then?
From the reports I've read, they seem to be breathing.
Where,
Did either of you have a chance to talk to them before you left? You should have
No.
left them in the forge.
what? Then, what would that have done? It was crumbling. It was destroyed.
Saved us a lot of trouble, I'd imagine.
Where is this creature now?
Oh, they're safeguarded. In a room adjacent to where a Mr. Cain Carpenter was being held, from my understanding.
You should keep that person asleep, not allow them to wake. If what I've read is true.
And if what they say is true, it doesn't matter if they're awake or asleep. We'll take them off your hands, seeing as to how you've found a major problem historically, and you simply don't know how to deal with it. It will take more than a single house to swallow this problem.
What do you intend to do with it? I'm sure you're not going to be forthcoming.
My dear, my fingers are in the water the same as yours. Honestly, it's not for me to decide. But if I had to venture a guess, if they become too much of a problem, we will attempt to remove them. Dismember, disassemble, whatever it takes. And if they are useful and not needed for removal, perhaps we'll sell them. They'd be worth quite a lot. Either way, they're a tool of mass destruction. And that's deeply impersonal. For a house of assassins, I mean. I guess what I'm trying to say is we have very little use for them.
I am willing to agree to this. You take this Dreambreaker, and then we can be escorted out of this place.
We were taking Dreambreaker regardless.
This itch.
This fucking guy.
But now you know where they've come from.
We do.
Yes.
And why we've had to come here.
And we have given you information that you've requested.
And will speak so highly of your house and your goodwill towards us, saving our adventuring party's lives. We have great connections that I'm sure have deep pockets as well that could hire your services.
Most of you are already under our watchful gaze. Because someone has hired us to watch you. Many of you, multiple times over. More than just watch. And he glances to you, Anju. She speaks up. Someone wants you dead. But you already knew that.
Is it the Freely estate that's been hired to watch us? That's hired you to watch us?
That's so interesting that you would bring that up. But no. No, at least not you. Ivan, on the other hand, completely different story. At least until they opted into working with the Emerald Claw.
Yes, well, you're correct. We are aware that House Therani has had multiple jobs toward members of our group.
How many people want me dead?
You'd like a total count, or from this week alone?
I was asking above table, but
I want
Mido is the main one.
Yes, Mido is the primary.
So this isn't like Anju would just assume that they're talking about Mido.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, no shit. What else is new?
Do you say that out loud?
I mean, yeah, I'm kind of like I'm kind of wondering where they're going with this. Like, of course people want me dead, but like, why do you?
Well, you understand your predicament, but what about the others? Kane, someone has put in a request to have your shoulders separated from your head as well.
Oh,
Sera.
Speaking of that, I might be taking a new name since I have a new form now, and a little bit of discretion would go a long way from your department.
And Sera, you're not safe either.
me.
Yes, of course you. But
Done
you'll
nothing.
have to look inside of your own family.
My family?
Yes, not your blood family. You've ruffled some feathers at your house. They point to the symbol, your holy symbol. That house.
Is it? And they have spoken to House Therani about this?
They may have.
Great. Guess it's gotten that bad. This whole losing my paladin status thing. Great.
And are you going to turn them in?
No, your value is so much higher. So much higher in this situation. You must understand, you have provided us with a wonderful tool. And the door opens behind Binder. And a figure, an unmarked figure, similar to what you've seen before in like that black morph suit with the tunic and the belt. And Binder turns, just kind of giving the side eye to. And they lean in and begin whispering. It's faint, and you cannot read their lips at all. Before it comes to a close, and Binder's face bunches up out of frustration. The lips become very thin. I was hoping to get more time with you. You seem to have quite a bit to share. But it appears that your company of sellswords is required. And I cannot refuse. Unless, of course, I have reason to believe that you will bring harm to House Therani.
No. We do not intend
We are
that.
so grateful for you sheltering our party while we refresh ourselves with your wonderful food and drinks.
Well, then let's get down to business. They withdraw from the rear side of their person, what looks to be kind of tucked into a belt. It's a very thin, like almost folder, like a black manila folder. And they have drawn some paperwork up that they slide across the table. As they present it in front of you, it's just a formality. It's... you would understand. It would be terribly inconvenient if rumors of mistreatment were spread. We wouldn't want misunderstandings, would we?
Is this a non-disparagement agreement?
Yes, it is.
That House Therani is giving us?
Yes, it is. And you'll notice over the paperwork, it has the stamp of the King of Breland.
Oh.
I'll be requiring a robe then.
Wow.
We will provide you with the proper procurement.
I, for
Where are
one,
my things, by the way? Are they just gone?
have no issues.
They'll provide you with these things, but they need...
We're super cornered. Like,
Yeah.
we
Yeah.
don't really have a choice. You gotta sign the fucking paper. Did we know that the king or whoever is who what was the stamp again?
The King of Breland.
King of Breland. And this
Yeah, the
is-
guy we robbed, right?
Yes.
Yep, we robbed the
How is
airship.
that, does that relate to Ivan?
I mean, kind of. He played a part of it. He ate a guy. He ate one of the guards wearing the tabard of the king.
He did eat a guy.
Right.
Whatever happened to that guy?
But is this our first time connecting the king to House Therani?
Oh, for sure. The king is aware. The king is aware. Everybody knows of the houses. They just don't really know what's going on, right? Like House Civis is messengers. House Orion is movement.
Okay, so it's not abnormal.
Yeah.
Got it. Sorry.
I only woke up a few hours ago.
So then you'll have no hesitation signing the paperwork then.
You're doing great, sweetie.
Of course.
I mean,
I'm
what choice do we have?
I'm fine. I do not have anything ill that I was planning to say about House Therani, regardless.
Draws from
instinct
the
to just-
back again, and it is a quill. That the end of the quill itself has what looks to be like an X-Acto blade upon it. I know it's rather dramatic, but House Therani is a flair for such. You must write your names graven in your blood. Sorry, them's the rules.
Don't say sorry. You're not.
I'm not. You're right.
Blood.
I don't have to roll for that one.
Yes, it's a means for us to anchor our targets to you. We have to have your blood. It's a part of whom you are.
Fine. I will do it.
The three of
feel
you
like
must
Anju
sign.
is- Yeah.
But I don't like that they get dragon blood.
Well, it's not like they're gonna
There.
eat it.
People can do bad things if they have your
Unless-
blood.
True.
In
True.
D&D.
No worries. There are still 2 more parts to this that you must agree
Well,
to.
this is Pathfinder, so.
Okay. All right, whatever.
I'll move on to the next
it's
once
totally
you have
different.
all signed.
Yeah, okay, I'm signing.
Perfect.
Slice my little finger. Or whatever. Can I even
feel like-
slice myself? I don't know.
Yeah, you definitely can. You can find like a
Okay.
weak spot in the scale, and once you puncture, you still bleed red, just like everybody else.
Can I?
Yeah, you make me bleed my own blood.
I'm gonna like, you know how when you clip a dog's nails too close and you get the wick and it bleeds?
Yeah.
I'm gonna do that with one of my, like my pinky claw, and I'll sign with blood from inside of my.
Got it.
I did hesitate though. And I probably looked to both of them for, I don't know, just kind of like some reassurance or whatever. But it's like, we got to do it. Like, what choice do we have? I feel like that's the only thing Anju's thinking is like, we're literally backed into a corner here. So
You know, it's funny that you say that
I
because
will
that's
sign.
exactly what Frost said in our session. He was like, you backed me into a corner and I didn't have a choice. I was like, I mean, you did. You guys have choices.
I mean, I could choose to like find a bunch of stuff to steal in this room.
Yeah, you could.
But I'm not gonna do that because this scary man, scary person.
I mean, we could grab Binder, put a knife to their throat, and they say, "Get us out of here, or we'll kill you." You know, right?
I don't know if we're in the mood.
Yeah. I mean, there's lots of assassins, so
No.
I literally thought they were. Yeah, I'm surprised we're not dead already. So yeah, we're definitely on the back foot here. I
Now
think
that
we
we've
decide.
moved to this point, I think it's worth noting that I need 2 things. 2 pieces of information.
Should have read it.
Have you not?
We should have read it.
Well,
Have you not gotten enough from us?
Can
Oh.
we just assume that we read it? And there was.
when you have freed yourself from this place, then you'll know that you've given us enough. The first, and I think you all understand where I'm coming from with this, I must know who Hal is.
Oh my god.
The most shit-eating grin just crawls across Anju's face. Just.
They it's a long pause. They
I wait with bated breath.
were a House Therani assassin
Were?
that gave are maybe I don't know
Are?
because I haven't seen them in a very long time. So they were the one to in exchange for help. Is my hand still on the
Yes.
okay.
It's like shaking. It's like shaking and it's splashing.
They are the one who gave me this trinket to get us here.
That took a lot to say. Would either of you two have more to weigh in on?
He's just some fucking guy.
Would we get another one of those?
That's a great question. It depends. Do you know who Hal is, Cain Carpenter?
Sera does.
Cain does.
Honestly, yeah, we don't know anything about Hal.
I think Cain knows, right? Cain knows the
No, you told the captain.
I told
Of,
the captain, right? Okay.
You wouldn't tell me, but you told the weird freaking
Yes.
The
machine
super
man.
libertarian fucking murder captain.
The only one that's earned her trust.
Fucking wacko.
Why does this information need to be known? We've given you. Actually, Sarah's going to stand her ground. We've given you more information than we've shared with anybody else outside of this group, and we're also giving you a very powerful creature, if that's all I can say. And
wow,
we are offering you many.
That's a person. Don't be so cold. That's a person, first and foremost.
A very powerful
Secondly,
individual.
You would have to have a leg to stand on in order to give it to us. We took it from you.
I'm starting to think she doesn't actually know his name, and she's just too embarrassed to admit it.
It was our property, and you are taking it from us. And we are signing this agreement with you. We've given you much information about the Mournlands, about.
Of course. I didn't ask for that information. You volunteered.
But nonetheless, we are a wealth of help and information.
You have been quite astute at assisting us. And I am forever grateful. Not eternal, but I am forever grateful.
I think we have exchanged. We already signed your agreement, and that's that. We've exchanged all the information that needs to be exchanged, and we should be on our way.
What does Hal mean to you, Sera?
Honestly, I'm just trying to keep. I'm just trying to. I don't want this individual. Okay, I'll just be honest. I don't want this individual to get in trouble. They don't mean anything to me. I just want to keep my word with the person and make sure that they don't get in trouble.
Well, good news, bad news, Sera.
I don't think they deserve reprimand from your house.
We'll find out who Hal is, the same way that we are finding out from you. We will bring each one of our agents into this very room. They will submerge their hand into that same silvery fluid. And when we ask them and they deny it, it will turn and inform us that they're lying. But this was a test. And it seems your Valinarian roots didn't leave you. You might have a spot in this house after all.
You were testing me to see if I would give the name up.
Yes.
No, I am a person of honor, and when I give my word, I give my word. And I gave my word that I would not give that name away.
Then this next part falls specifically to you. Tracy, I would like for you to describe a ring. Picture in your mind a ring. Given to you specifically by House Therani. I want you to describe it.
Okay. The ring is silver.
Okay.
And it is. I'm trying to. Would House Therani be one of elegance or. No, I don't think they would be. I think it would be something more simplistic. A simple ring with one jewel, a jewel that whatever their like house color is, or if they have, it
Sure.
would probably be that color.
Amethyst.
Amethyst.
To mark the color of the displacer beasts. Amethyst.
So it is a very simple ring with an amethyst jewel in it, and perhaps just a small engraving on the inside of the ring, not on the outside, but on the inside.
Sure. Binder slowly extends their hand to you, opening this, showing you the ring. This is yours. Consider it an assurance of good faith. You leave here, and we know that you mean us no ill will. And, by proxy, we'll know where you are at all times.
Oh, this.
You can remove it under the last part of our agreement. Once
Which
you fulfill
is?
the final promise, you can remove the ring, and we will never know where you are again.
And this final promise.
It's a simple arrangement. One day, someday soon, I will need you to complete a favor, and you may see it as sinister. It's just proof that we understand each other. You have to fulfill a contract. And by you, I mean the royal, you, all of Scout's honor. There is...
You will not harm anyone in our party.
No, I wouldn't do that. But you've already brought them up today. Someone has grown a bit big for their britches.
Oh.
And their time has dangerously come to an end. They are creating issues for House Therani and a few of the other houses that shall go unnamed. We need you to dispatch of a one Richard Freely.
Oh.
Richard Freely
Can't agree to do that without Ivan here.
of the Freely Estates has handled things indelicately so. And this is the final agreement. I could tell you all the things that Ivan is being accused of, but not so much Ivan as it is by proxy through his father.
I will not do this.
Richard is not a very good man.
So we've heard.
Yeah, we've started to pick up on that a bit.
This. I believe this is something we can fulfill. Yes, you are right.
I'm
Okay,
not
just-
an assassin. I'll have no part of that.
What if we could convince Ivan?
I think Ivan may be. Well, I can't speak for
Receptive,
him. Yes,
perhaps?
but
maybe
I
that's
think
a good
Ivan.
compromise.
Ivan also knows that his father is, for lack of better terms, a piece of shit.
I'll do nothing more to damage my relationship with Ivan. You said he's already cross with me.
I think we're beyond. I mean, you know what? I don't want to kill my friend's dad either.
Well,
Is there some other way? Can we...
I wish there was. And I wouldn't have brought this up had you not said their name earlier.
No, fuck you, bub.
What about?
It's wild how in the last two sessions my players have said "fuck you, bub" back to back. It's so wild to me.
It means you're a good GM, honestly.
What about you? Oh, actually, no. Who's the one that has? Anju, how do you feel about Mido? Do you hate him?
We'll
Oh,
kill the
yeah,
stepmother.
Mido's like my nemesis, like sworn, like now, because now that
Kill him.
yeah, like
Has
I
he
would
become-
kill him
has
in a
he-
heartbeat.
Has he become a problem for you?
He tried.
Well,
I'm too powerful.
Since we're here, I must admit that he has renewed your contract when his has gone unfulfilled. And I would be willing to turn the other cheek and send one of my busier cohorts to handle a one Mido. Consider it a freebie for the removal of Freely.
Are we just killing people all willy-nilly now?
Listen, team. Sounds pretty good to me. Sounds pretty good to me. I mean, above table, like, this is something that, I mean, it was already offered to me. This is something that Anju was already very heavily considering, I think. It's somewhere in my notes.
Yes.
This was on Anju's mind. This is like two birds, one stone. This what a thrill. How convenient.
Cain, we don't really have a choice. We're being offered this.
I won't do it. I'll stay here if they make me.
Oh no, yeah. Above table, we found out that Mido was trying to target my parents.
Yeah.
No, I'm taking this deal. Like, there's no, you can't convince me. Like, that's 100%. I'm glad that you reminded me, because like I probably would have asked, honestly. I should have brought this up.
You don't have to do anything, Cain, but we will accept this agreement.
Look, you can just be a conscientious objector.
Have other things I need to handle. Perhaps after we get out of here, we should part ways.
Yeah, you never heard anything, saw nothing. You don't have to be involved at all.
I need to find Ivan first.
That's fair. Are we allowed to talk to Ivan about this?
He is part of Scout's honor.
There is a chance that it could make things easier.
We should talk to Ivan about this.
We're all just the bestest of friends, you know, and that's what Scout's honor was built on.
How you handle this is up to you entirely, but
okay,
this is where we stand. You've signed the disparagement agreement. You have accepted a token of good faith. We will dispatch of a one Mido before he fulfills on his contract end. I'll even make sure to pull it myself, so as to see it through and that your parents are left before run afoul.
Can you, whoever you send, can you just send a message? You don't even have to write it down. You can just say it before. Just, if you get the chance, could you just let him know karma's a bitch?
I'm sure he will understand that as the blade enters his spine.
But you're better than that, Anju.
I'm just saying, you know, if you want a little bit of flair, spice it up.
A real man handles their own problems.
I want to be clear, I want him to feel as bad as possible.
Hell, if you wanted flair, you should have gone to House Fjarlan, but instead, you've come to the House of the Beast.
Fine.
So are we in agreement then?
Yes.
Under duress? Sure. Yeah, I mean, sounds great, man.
If, for some reason, Sera, you try to remove the ring, we'll find you.
I don't doubt it.
I know that sounds very grim, but they're not coming for a tea party, I assure you.
It's a shame, I love tea.
Anju's so tired of every motherfucker in this house.
Now, we have finished our agreement. We've come to conclusion. I must encourage you to free yourselves, as you are being summoned by one Vior Malek. I presume that you do not know the name, and that's fine, but he holds some weight where he walks, as he is a figure for and operating with the Dark Lanterns. They call so many shots. But you're being summoned by him, and apparently by a woman along with him. And I don't presume that you know a Marian either.
We know a Mariam.
Yeah. So wait, did he just name drop Malgmore and I missed it?
No.
What did he say?
A Vior Malek and Marian.
No, we do not know.
So Anju would recognize the Dark Lanterns thing, but he doesn't really know anything about
Correct.
it yet.
Yeah.
Okay, got it.
Then without further ado, come, let's get your things. And
So
this,
that was our quest marker.
this is where we end tonight's session. Next week, when we play, you will all be coming back together as a full group, the full 5-man. The full 5-man, yeah.
Full 5-man.
Yeah. So, we normally do this at the end of every session. Gonna give you guys an opportunity to kind of shout yourselves out, talk about what you're doing, where we can find you, that sort of thing. So if you would like to take a moment here, we'll start with Cain. Tell us about your Cobalt.
Hey, I'm CobaltStreak. I play lots of indie games. I've been playing some Schedule 1, doing Isaac unlocks as well. And yeah, I stream just about every day. And you can find me here on Mondays now. Yay! Excited.
Good. Sera. Tracy, tell us about you. What are you doing? Where can we find you?
Hello, everybody. I am Tracy, also known as Miss Magitech or MagiRPG on the internet. And I do tabletop stuff on my Twitch channel, twitch.tv/MagiRPG, where right now I'm actually more on a break, but now we're kind of getting back into it. April is the time to get back into the swing of things.
Yeah, it's popping off.
For many things. So it's spring and yay. This is like where you get out of the seasonal depression and get to be a bit more in higher spirits. So yay! So that's me and all the things that I'm doing.
Perfect. Marion is our very first Squidinkidink. Squid, tell us about you. What are you doing? Where can we find you?
Hi, I'm Squidinkidink. You can just call me Squid though. I'm a variety streamer, as variety as it gets, which mainly means I just chat and like potentially play games if I'm feeling nasty. But yeah, it's just a lot of like ADHD. Whatever happens, and I stream a lot. It's like my full-time job, so I'm there a lot.
Dope. We love that. Anju, boss, tell us about you. Ben, what are we doing? Where can we find you?
I'm BenBriggs. I'm just happy to be here. I run a little company called Tiny Waves. We do a bunch of events. I'm also a singer, songwriter / musician, Down Bad Dad. You can find me anywhere. I don't know. I'm trying to go live right now, as is tradition, and it's not connecting to the server. So just whatever. But I play retro games. I make music live on stream. I try to building a community. Whatever. I'm gonna be at VGM Con. In 2 weeks, so in Minneapolis. Anyway, I'm just happy to be here. Bub and I go way back. It's always a great time.
Thank you, sir.
Shout outs to Squid. You did a great job.
Yeah, killed it.
Yeah.
Slotted right in.
Thank you guys
honestly.
for having me. I was really nervous. This was like really fun. Everyone was like really welcoming and amazing. So thank you. I'm excited for next week.
Me too.
Next week is going to be kind of perfect. I'm excited to get everyone back with full energy. That leaves me. You guys know what I do. You see what I've been doing now. I hope that you liked it. If you didn't like it, I don't know. Tell someone else, I guess. Yeah, get more people. Have them come in and rabble rouse or something. I don't know. But that's it for me tonight. Thank you guys for watching, and I hope that you enjoyed the Interlude 2 to Whispers of the Vampire's Blade. Next week, we will start with the technical episode 1, where we meet a one Vior Malek and the full introduction